Radio Yorkshire, your home of Rugby League. You know it makes sense.
Welcome to the Rugby League on Radio Yorkshire review of 2017. A year as which you'll find out begins and ends pretty much with the same two teams. It's Richard Shaw-Wright alongside Mark Wilson and Marco. How would you sum up 2017 in Rugby League?
Well, first of all, happy Christmas to you, pal. It's been a good year. Rugby League-wise, probably a breakthrough year for Castleford, winning the League Leaders' Shield. First time ever in their history they've come top of the pile. I think that goes... I think we need to respect that. You know, another League Leaders' Shield is laughed at, but it's the first time they've ever come top of the top flight, so well done to them for that. It'll be the year that the Rhinos won their 8th grand final. It'll be the year that Danny McGuire produced one of the best individual performances at Old Trafford. Hull won again at Wembley. Didn't win there for, 100-odd years, whatever. Then they win twice in 12 months, so well done to them. And it'll be the year of disappointment, I think, from the Lancashire side of the Pennines. Obviously, St Helens got within an ace of getting to the final, and I think under Justin Holbrook, they'll be big contenders next season. But what happened to Wigan? Has their time been and gone? And Warrington? It's always their year. Well, 2017, it was their year to be in the bottom four. They were awful this year. So, good for the Yorkshire sides. Great for Wakefield, of course, who... also came within an ace of getting in the top four, and Huddersfield got in the top 8, which after their 2016 was a step forward for them.
As I alluded to, the story of 2017 begins and ends with Castleford versus Leeds, and we start looking back on the year with that game right back at the start of the year. I think we all expected perhaps Castleford to beat Leeds on home soil, but not by the score that they did. No,
it was one of those nights when you were actually delighted to be there and witness it, and you thought, wow, maybe the Leeds era has finally, right in front of our eyes, come to an end. I know they had players missing, but there was a manner of that defeat. And McDermott, some telling great comments after the game, but the game itself was unbelievable. I've never seen rugby played like that, not for a long time.
Hold on to your hats, it's going to be a big game of Rugby League. The high, long kick downfield is taken on the full. The first carry forward will be by McMeekin. Castleford to the left, if they can get the ball there, that's where the ball comes to Gale. Out the back to Hardacre, 2-on-1. Hardacre could have scored himself, gets the pass away to Greg Eden. Leeds wanted to quieten the Cass fans down. That's the opposite has happened. Cass 2-on-1, created by the numbers, created by the strength of Gadwin Springer, and the execution was brilliant, and Eden scores in the corner. It's Castleford 4, Leeds 0.
And that was simplicity itself if you just want a numbers game. So Castleford, from the play of the ball, just played the numbers right, bringing the full back in on the outside edge of the left-hand side of the attack. Leeds got it totally wrong. They just got caught in the middle.
Fellow front rower who's been equally as good. Andy Lynch up the middle. Andy Lynch to the line. Can he get the ball down? No, he can't. Through the line, just didn't have the pace to get the ball down. All the silky footwork of an Andy Kelly to score under the post, but it's right on the goal line. It goes wide to McShane, short pass to McMeekin, back to McShane. Can he keep the ball alive? Over the top it'll go into the hands of the winger on that far side, Greg Minikin. The roar from the Cass faithful tells you that Cass have doubled their lead. It's 8 points to 0. The wingers with the try. First it was Eden, now it's Minikin. 5 metres away from the line. Milner's at dummy half to the right hand side. Wide it goes to McShane. McShane out the back to McMeekin. Further wide to Minikin. Minikin's got to come back in. Minikin's to the line. Minikin's over the line. Is the referee going to give the try? You bet he is. Third try for Cass. Second one from Greg Minikin, and Cass lead by 14 points to 0.
So we talked about whether McShane would actually alter the way Castleford play. Well, at the moment he's enhancing the way that they play, because he's doing all the platform plays. He's getting ball in hand to the right people very quickly.
Brilliant play from Paul McShane. Cass on the attack again. They're already on the 20 metre line where Andy Lynch will play the ball. To the left it comes to Millington, links in with Gale. Out the back it goes, great hands from Hardacre. Shenton chips it on Greg Eden in the corner. What about that try? 2 tries apiece for the wingers from Castleford, keeping the ball alive, set play after set play. Quick play the ball in the middle of the field, and this time it's Greg Eden who scores wide out on the left hand side. Cass 18, Leeds 0. goes to the right hand side. Millington links with McShane. McShane up the line to Webster, out the back to Minikin. Minikin steps back inside into the arms of McMeekin. What a try from the Tigers, 100-metre try, brilliant to watch. The Cass fans erupt, the wingers heavily involved again, but this time the final pass from Minikin is into the arms of his back rower McMeekin, and Cass are on fire and are 22 points to nil in front. Junior Morse thinks about the inside pass, just pushes away Parcell, just gets the offload back to Luke Gill, and again Cass, great footwork from Luke Gill. Now he's on a foot race, puts the kick to the corner. Will it stay in the field of play? Oh yes it will. Hat-trick for Greg Minikin. The tries just keep getting better and better and better, and that is the best of the lot. Brilliant offload in the middle of the field, one-handed round the back from Junior Morse. Luke Gill into a hole, he looks up, he can't get the ball away. What does he do? Kicks to his right hand side, one bounce into the arms of Minikin at full dive. He keeps hold of the ball and plonks it over the line for the 6th try in the first half for the Tigers, and their lead, yes, you listen to this because I've got it right, their lead by 28 points to nil.
Goal kick to come. You talked about that 30 before half time. Well, there's a high possibility that might happen. The Menderhose jungle is on fire. It is glowing orange and it is absolutely red hot in here if you're a Castleford player or supporter.
Out the back it goes to Luke Gill. Luke Gill further wide. Hardacre runs the play brilliantly, and the second half starts just the way the first one did. 3 minutes on the clock, just a clever play. Luke Gill at the line, and Hardacre out of sight of everybody else, sneaks round the back. The Leeds Rhinos defenders drift expecting the long ball, and the short one is to the runner, which is the fullback Hardacre, unseen by the Leeds Rhinos defence, and is in for the first try of the second half, and it's now 34 points to nil. Milner tried to get the pass away, couldn't do so, but Cass still have the ball, still have tackles remaining. Wide pass, McShane straightens up, McShane to the line, McShane over the line. That's the 8th try for the Tigers. They hit the 40-point mark, and the try is given by the referee. Paul McShane is with it, and Cass again on fire. McShane to McMeekin to Webster through the hole, Webster to the line, Webster's got over the line. That's pure strength from Mike McMeekin. The one-handed offload out the back door was top notch. Webster still had lots to do, but he's big and he's strong, and he had the pace to get over the line for Castleford's 9th try of the evening. It's Cass 48, Leeds 6.
Yeah, interestingly, we talked about all that free-flowing rugby, the finesse, the speed of attack, the glorious interchange of centre winger. The tries in the second half, McShane's and Webster's there, have owed a lot to power and strength.
Milner at dummy half to Springer, out the back to Luke Gill. Luke Gill throws one dummy, spins out of one tackle, gets the offload back to Hardacre. Hardacre and Gale have been very good together tonight. Hardacre just following Luke Gale around and becoming that third pivot. Right it goes to McShane. McShane inside pass to Webster. Great footwork by Webster. Offloads the ball back to Massey. Is Massey going to be held up again for the second time? Yes, he is. This is the last. He's only a metre away from the line. Milner's at dummy half. The pass wide to Gale. Gale runs across, gets the pass away to Hardacre. It's out onto that far side, and that's another hat-trick. This time it's for Greg Eden. We've seen a hat-trick from Minikin. Now we see one from Greg Eden on the far side. Cass hit the 50 points this time. 52 points to 6. Luke Gill to the line, another 100-metre try from Cass. Luke Gill celebrates with the Cass fans. Greg Eden with the pace down the touchline, perfectly weighted pass, and Cass hit the 58-point mark. Luke Gill with the try, Greg Eden with the pace, and another wonderful rugby league try from the Cass Tigers.
I'm not gonna back your description up. It was there for everybody to hear. It's a 100-metre try. It's very typical and very similar to the one we saw them score against Warrington.
Sienna Leofa keeps hold of the ball. To the left it goes into Gill. Gill trying to get on the outside of his man. The pass is to Michael Shenton, and the skipper scores just far too easy. Just pushes away the defender on that far side. That's a soft try. Leeds will be disappointed with it, but Cass won't be. They're delighted. 64 points to 6. Michael Shenton in on the act.
Yeah, hugs all round the Castleford players. They've earned a very comfortable victory tonight. They haven't earned it because it was gifted to them. They've had to go out and do the spade work first. Got on top very early in the game and never looked back.
So obviously 66 points to 10. The week after, Leeds are back in action to beat the Catalan Dragons, and Brian McDermott said this.
I believe we can win the grand final, and I believed it last week. On that performance, there and then, I'm not going to say, we can still win the grand final. I actually run it by Phil before I went into the cast media and said, I'm going to make a big statement. He said, no, wind your neck in. That's not the platform to do it. But I still think we can win the grand final. And sometimes, and experience tells you this, sometimes you've got to be kicked in your nuts to find out the best of you. And last week we still got a certain amount of bruising around our groin area. So you need all those. Now, we probably don't need the 66 points, and this week, tonight doesn't write off last week. It still hurts. We're still embarrassed by it. But I've got the best job in the game. I've absolutely got the best job in the game, and part of that best job in the game is dealing with the losses. When we lose, everybody cheers, and when we win, Leeds should win. Look at the back line they've got. Look at the halves they've got. Look at the pack. Of course, you should win. So it throws up some real challenges. Tonight was a good night, but we've got to knock about another 10 versions of tonight together over the next few weeks.
Never a true word spoke, I guess we find out.
Well, people, I know in the work I did on the grand final, I said on that night, people were laughing at Leeds. They were laughing at them. They weren't laughing at the end of the season. Trademark Leeds, when it really counts, they produced it. One of those things.
We can almost fill 2 hours with highlights of Castleford's games. You think back to that performance at the Halliwell Jones, where they completely tore apart Warrington. I know Warrington had a poor season, but one of the early season games which stood out, and we spoke about this a lot on Monday nights building up to it, was how great is Wigan versus Castleford going to be? Wigan, and then they dropped off, and of course, Wigan had that great start to the season, winning the World Club Challenge against Cronulla, but they went into that game against Castleford not in the best of form, and Castleford, I guess that was one of those performances which showed that they were real contenders this year.
Yeah, they just, I think they showed that they can do it both ways at times in the season. I know they came short, and everyone will judge Cass on what happened at Old Trafford at the end of the season, Rich, but the facts are they played some great rugby, and they managed just to keep winning even when they weren't playing great. And like you said, there were several key performances for the Tigers, and that was certainly one of them.
Moores needs an offload. Junior Moores just can't get the arm free. Last tackle, 5 out, just to the left of the post. McShane at dummy half, comes to short side. So Roberts to Webster, and Castleford are in. Easy as it comes. 23 and a half minutes gone here at the DW Stadium, and Jake Webster's put the Tigers on the board, and when the try comes, it was simple shift to the right on the last tackle. Webster runs the right line and gets over the line, and the Tigers lead. McShane, this is Jesse Sinilafau, he gets to halfway, he's got the offload to Hardacre up the middle, Hardacre with a break, he's got Gale on the outside, here's Luke Gale, 2 in a minute for the Tigers, they're in again, right by the side of the post, great offload from Jesse Sinilafau, Hardacre went up the gap in the middle, found Gale on the outside, he's over by the side of the post. It's 2-2 for the Tigers. They lead by 10 points to 0.
That's what the Castleford Tigers are all about. They're the entertainers, aren't they, in Super League? And I say, if you let the big man of this forward pack offload the ball, and I say Hardacre, well, he's back to his England best, isn't he?
Goes to the right-hand side to Lulawai. Lulawai across the face, out of the back to Escaré. 3-on-2. Escaré with a dummy, and Escaré's in. 35 minutes on the clock here, and Wigan have finally got on the board. Simple shift to the left, Lulawai with the ball, Cass were outnumbered, Escaré with the dummy, sticks the head down, gets over the line. Wigan are back in it, it's Wigan 4, Cass 14.
Yeah, they are, but again, it's good for the mistake from Castleford Tigers, hasn't it? It's the same Matt Shane with that job to play the ball, the penalty, and you just keep inviting quality, any sort of quality back into your own 22 that they have been doing, then you're going to concede points.
Sinilafau on the charge, Jesse Sinilafau's through, and he's going to score! 2.5 minutes gone in the second half. Absolutely shocking defending from the Wigan Warriors. Jesse Sinilafau run back at the markers. Tautai couldn't get hold of him. Gets away, touches down under the post. and the Tigers lead by 18 points to 4. Scully, what a try from the big man.
I tell you what, I said about Gatwick Springer, he only knows one way, that's hard and straight and direct. And then Junior Morse comes in, and what does he do? He's hard and straight and direct. And Big Jesse said, well, I tell you what, I'm having some of this hard and straight and direct.
Here is Gale, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here at the DW. Gets it to Gale. Gale switches one way, drills it along the ground over the sideline, and will pack the scrum. It's game management at its best at the moment.
No, it is brilliant. As I say, the smartness, you know, it's, from Luke Gale. Well, he's just playing with that vision and awareness, isn't he? And just in total control. Castleford, they've got their shape, direction. Wigan, they've lost it.
Tompkins gets it to Davis down this right-hand touchline. Davis is away. Davis has Escaré on the inside, and Morgan Escaré is going to get a second try of the night. 7:48 left here, 73 gone on the clock. Wigan are back in it here at the DW Stadium. It's come from absolutely nothing. Tompkins sends Davis away down this right-hand touchline. Escaré's on the inside to get over. It's Wigan 8, Cas 20.
He puts the extra 2 points. I tell you what, Martin, have we got game on? 9 minutes 41 seconds to go. Have we got game on here?
Out for Tompkins. Interception for Eden, and Eden's going to go the distance, and Greg Eden is going to win this game for the Tigers. 30 metres to go, 20 metres to go. Wigan fans up out the seats and leaving, and Greg Eden with try number 12 of the season has won it for the Castleford Tigers. They lead here by 24 points to 10.
He's in the pocket, he's Gale. He's in the pocket, Luke Gale. He's in the
Here's
pocket.
The drop goal.
There you go.
And Luke
there you
Gale
go, Martin. There you go.
Stuck the post up with 30 seconds left. And Luke Gale makes it a 17-point ball game here at the DW Stadium. And I think that is going to be it. I don't think the Wigan players are interested in getting the game underway. I don't think the Cas players want to get the game underway. And Castleford will stay top of Betfred Super League.
Well, we'll talk more about Castleford later. We mentioned Huddersfield briefly at the start of the season. Start of the programme, rather. There's almost not much we can say about Huddersfield. At least it was a year of improvement on last year, but they made the top 8, and that was their season done, in a sense.
Yeah, look, they at one point they were dead and buried, weren't they? They had an awful start, and you wonder, they had a lot of injury problems and a few suspension issues, and you think they're going to do well to met the 8 here. But in the end, they did it quite comfortably. I don't think there's any... It's no coincidence that for the last 2 years we've seen a team probably exceed expectations from outside their camp. Wakefield did it last year, and then in the Super 8s they just blew up. There was nothing left. And Huddersfield, I think to a certain extent, did that this year. Once they got to the 8s, their season rather abruptly came to a conclusion. But what I would say is I think Rick Stone's done a good job this year. He's still impeded, I would say, by the salary cap and the squad that he inherited. There's some good players in there, but he's shown that in bringing in the likes of Jake Mamo, and I know his season was cut very short due to injury, but he's obviously got an eye for a player, and I think that bodes well for the Giants moving forward. But I think they're a team, I think they'll improve again in 2018.
Now, one of Huddersfield's best performances this year came at home against St Helens.
Giants are going to go down the short side. The ball now here, miss out pass for Cudjoe, he's in! First points of the night, and they go the way of the Huddersfield Giants. The pressure told, but what a pass. Was it Ridyard who fired the pass out? And the Giants score in the corner. And it's a tough kick for Ridyard. Can he have the extras from about 8 metres in from that far touchline? He sends it on its way. Looks pretty good, this Gary. He's got it. It's 6 points to 0. Danny Brough now running across the field. Turns it back for Ferguson. Great ball. Ferguson for the line. What a tackle. What a tackle.
How was he stopped that?
I think it's Lomax who's thrown everything at that. Here now is Brough. Little grubber kicking goal. It's bouncing around. And it's been touched down, and I think Huddersfield might have scored here, Scully. They have! Brough's kick is touchdown, and with 4 minutes to go to the break, the Giants extend their lead.
Ridyard, is that his first try for the Giants? But
Ridyard then straight in front, hammers it into the top deck of the fantastic media stand. They lead here on Radio Yorkshire by 12 points to 0. Offloaded by Saints. They're trying to keep it alive. Here now is Morgan Knowles. Knowles, he's made a break. He's straight up the middle. And he's got support with him. Ball pass, and they're going to score under the sticks here. Oh. It's a try for Luke Thompson out of absolutely nothing. The break on halfway. And the pass to Thompson is a good one. He scores under the post. Lifeline for St Helens in the final minute of the first half. It's Huddersfield 12, Saints 4.
Mark Wilson, where does that come from? Boy, oh boy, when they turn the tap on, can they score tries? And Big Thompson, well, he just sniffed out a try, 25 yards out, straight under the black dot.
St Helens 6, that's the half-time score. I'm not sure that's a reflection of what we've seen in that first half. Smith, 20 metres away, gets the ball away to Theo Fars. Nice pass, and a line break, and an offload to Lomax. Gets it away, Percival into the corner. That's what St Helens can do, and that was wonderful hands. And a great pass, and they're in at the corner. Percival scores. It's Huddersfield 12, St Helens 10.
It's only the second set of 6 what they've had in this second half so far, but got themselves in great field position, forced a mistake from the Giants.
Can they turn a 12-point deficit into a level game just 3 minutes into the second half? On his way, oh, it's an awful. Like you off the first tee, that Scoey. Gaskell wrapped up 5 away. They're going to go now. O'Brien goes for the line. He's over the line, and Adam O'Brien has just extended the Giants' lead. What a score from the hooker, sniffed out the chance and dives underneath the post. Just what the Giants needed. They lead 16-10.
Yeah, it's just what the Giants needed. St Helens, if you're not prepared to tackle me 3 metres out, I'm going to get my side back in front of this game. Get myself a 4-pointer.
18-10.
Yeah, the Giants get themselves that little 8-point buffer.
Well, they're going down the short side with Roby. Turns it back inside of Lomax. Gets the pass away. Good hand. Smith juggles it. He's over the line. He's over the line. No, he's not. He's dragged back into the field of play. They've got numbers here. If they come left, well, Cudjoe's gone offside, but it won't matter because Saints have scored at the side of the post. They have scored a try at the side of the post, and it's Kyle Amor who's got in. And Huddersfield are on the ropes here. Maybe not through anything they've done wrong, but injuries are hitting them hard. Here comes the kick, straight through the middle. It's Giants 18, St Helens 16. McGilvray tackled, back to Brough. Brough gets the pass away, they're going to score surely, under the post and over the line, and have they got it down? Have Huddersfield just won this match? Yes they have, surely, with 5 minutes left, under the post, and the Huddersfield Giants celebrate. This will put them 7th in Super League tonight.
They fully deserve that, don't they? And I say, just simply for the last, 5 minutes, and enthusiasm has just picked up, but it's just the game management. Diaz has turned the 4 into 6. The Giants get themselves 8 points clear here now. What I was saying to you, Mark Wilson, the legend getting it right by 8.
Oh, now penalty. Oh, you might be wrong because they've got a penalty 40 metres out. Yeah. Last tackle.
Won't go for goal. Don't need to.
They are going for goal. They are going for goal. This the hooter goes in the background. The 2 points are safe. Can Ridyard beat Scoey? Here he comes from the 40-yard line. Sends it on its way. I think he's pulled it. He's pulled it.
So for Huddersfield fans, that's the end of the programme for you. You don't have to listen anymore if you don't want to, because there's nothing really much we can say about them. One of the other sides from West Yorkshire, who had a very good season, Wakefield Trinity, ended up finishing 5th, and beyond the wildest dreams of many people, the fact that they were so close to a semi-final, which we'll come to later.
Yeah, recruited well. Obviously, John Keir came in to assist Chris Chester. Got off to a start that had them on the front foot throughout the season and guaranteed pretty much that they were going to have a chance. But you thought when they lost to Saints at the end of the regular season, that's it. Their bubbles burst. They won't be able to bounce back. But bounce back they did. And they showed that when they have their best players on the field and the best players are in good form, that they're a match for anyone. And Wakefield, can they kick on and improve next year? Well, time will tell. But certainly they kicked on and improved in 2017. It'll go down as probably one of their best, if not their best, Super League season so far.
And they had a great win away earlier in the season at Widnes.
As Trinity come down the short side and Bill Tupou's away. He's going to, he did back himself. He gives it to Caton Brown. They won't stop him, will they? Thompson after him. Is he in touch or has he scored? Caton Brown has scored. Well, Bill Tupou made the break from the scrum. He didn't back himself and he didn't need to. He's got an Exocet missile on his left-hand side. And Caton Brown scores despite the best efforts of Corey Thompson. It's Widnes 6, Wakefield 4.
Well, Caton Brown, once he gets an opportunity, puts the burners down from there, and I say there's not a lot of stopping him, but I tell you what, man, that was pretty close. Gave the sign to go for the 2 points, 40 metres out, and rejected that, and now 10 metres out, good field position, had Widnes on the rack, decides to go for the 2 points. Strange one.
Well, it will get them level. He's 10 metres out, he's about 6 metres to the left of the post. Scoey's written it down already, so let's hope he doesn't miss here, Liam Finn.
Well, big for feet, the big man's on, he's made an impression already, hasn't he?
He has, and the kick is good, and it's Widnes 6, Wakefield 6 here live on Radio Yorkshire. Here's the kick then from Marsh, 10 in from touch, sends it on its way. This isn't even going dead. It won't matter, he's got the kick between the uprights and Widnes knows back in front, 8 points to 6. Well, it had to be accurate that because he wasn't going dead, was he, Stephen Marsh? Widnes 8. Wakefield 6.
No, it certainly wasn't, but the Widnes fans at the far side of the ground told you that it was going straight between the sticks from there, and Widnes getting himself 8-6 in front.
They've got numbers. Bill Tupou will score. Slices through again. He could be the match winner for Wakefield tonight. He's having some real joy on this left edge, but credit Wakefield. They kept their patience and they took their chance when it come. Widnes' decision to take the 2 bites them on the backside. It's Widnes 8, Wakefield 10.
Yeah, it certainly has. The 2 points hasn't made a difference whatsoever, but what it did, it gave him great field position for Wakefield. And well, I said about Corey Thompson, he keeps letting the ball bounce, it's going to embarrass him, and that's exactly what he's doing with that little chip over the top from Scott Griggs. He had half an opportunity to take it on the full, let it bounce, he copped the ball up from there, but I say it's just that good vision again. Excellent pass to Tupou, we don't stop him.
Here now is Finn then to add the extras, just slotted a penalty from a similar angle, and he's got his angles right again. The flags go up and Wakefield lead here by 12 points to 8.
As I say, we give ourselves try up.
Oh, here's a chance. Here. Williams going for the line, and he'll score straight from the scrum. Widnes have switched off, and Sam Williams with a drop of the shoulder, a little fend, and he scores in front of the jubilant Wakefield fans. Wakefield extend their lead. It's 16-8. Here's Finn to make it a 10-point pool game here at the Select Security Stadium. Here he comes, strikes it confidently. The flags go up. And from being 8-6 down, they've got 2 tries in 4 minutes. Wakefield lead 18-8. He's looking for Arundel and Ben Jones-Bishop. Arundel has caught it, gets it away, and it's a try in the corner. And Wakefield surely wrap up the points. Wonderful kick from Williams, and the ball caught by Arundel, dumps the ball out, and it's in the corner. And the try scored. I'm not sure who has scored it, but Wakefield have the lead. They lead 22 points to 8. On this right touch line, it's 22 points to 8.
Yeah, the Wakefield fans are in fine voice now, aren't they? I tell you what, they're enjoying this season, aren't they?
Of course they are.
And why not?
Well, if Hull and Salford lose, not only are Wakefield in the 4, they're level with the team in 3rd. Here's Finn from the sideline. This doesn't look a bad effort.
Yeah, he likes it.
This doesn't look a bad effort. The flags go up, the cheers will tell you that.
This is great defence here from Wakefield. Corey Thompson has been pushed back, 10 or 12 metres. Great defence from Wakefield.
It is.
That just shows you again, just the commitment and the team spirit they've got for each other now, this Wakefield side, and it's a credit to the coach in Chris Chester.
It is indeed. To Finn, gets it to Tupou, down the line, Caton Brown, second try, and that is game, set and match. Wakefield will take home the spoils, and they are putting the pressure on the top 4, and they're putting their dreams of Old Trafford firmly at the top of the agenda. Kick from touch from the far side for Finn. He's on the left touchline, they say. He's been glued to the touchline either side. Here he comes.
He's even dancing and clapping with the fans, he's big for feet. You have a look at the goal kick and I'll look at it for feet. Tell you what, he's better than the cheerleaders the way he's dancing. Go on, big boy.
Here's Finn from the sideline.
He
likes it again. It's another one. It's a pearl from Liam Finn. He's 5 from 6. And Trinity lead 30 points to 8.
Yeah, big for feet. And I think he should be I think he should be maybe concentrating on this kick-off rather than concentrating on the Congo with the Wakefield fans, to be honest with you, from there. But that just shows you the character of Big Fafita.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It has been a professional job tonight, 30 points to 8. What's witnessed now, what for the last 71 minutes they've played. They've got 8 points as they're trying to gamble. They've got it to Caton Brown inside the 20. He is off. Can he get past Thompson? Gets it back inside. And they are going to go the length of the field from the kickoff. And it's Bill Tupou who scores. Wowee, Wakefield Trinity kicking in the turbo here. 2 tries in a minute. That is breathtaking stuff. Caton Brown sets up Bill Tupou, who goes 50 yards to score. It's Widnes 8, Wakefield 34.
Well, Tupou gets himself a double, but I can reassure you, Mark Wilson, that is a training ground move.
We'll get back to Super League in a bit. In terms of the Championship, we're going to look at the Summer Bash highlights in a moment, but Hull Kingston Rovers did exactly what they were expected to do with their full-time squad. Finished top of the table, got promoted, job done.
Yeah, you know, queue on the rack with a few weeks left of the regular season, cranked it up ready for the 8s. They brought in some big-name players to get them over the line, and that's exactly what they did. You know, it was... You have to say the club probably comes out of last year or last season stronger than it went into it. And, you know, they were a Super League club relegated to the Championship. But what the club did well, I think they pulled they all closed ranks, didn't they? From the owner, Neil Hudgell, and the board, backed the club again. The sponsors certainly backed the club, and the fans did in great numbers. And, you know, that must have been quite gut-wrenching at times for them to watch teams going to the... to Craven Park and knowing that their team was going to win anyway. But they did. They turned up in good numbers and they were rewarded in the 8s. You know, fair play to them. No real serious challenges for them in the regular season. But, you know, London did well down in the Championship. Will they kick on? They've lost Andrew Henderson, of course. But for Rovers, it was all about getting back in the big time, and they've done it.
And one of the highlights of the Summer Bash, it was the game that drew the biggest crowd of the weekend as Hull KR took on the Bradford Bulls.
They move it to the left-hand side again. Quickly lands the kicks in. The chase is on. Do they get the try from James Bentley? He thinks he did. I'm sure we'll go to the big screen, but it looks like Bentley's going to score in the opening minute of this game. Oscar Thomas then with the conversion attempt. That looks good to me, and right behind that the flags say it's good as well, and that conversion means that it's Hull Kingston Rovers 0, Bradford Bulls 6 to Shaw, and Shaw is tackled. Last tackle of Hull KR, they're 8 metres out on the right hand side of the field. Ben Cockayne moves it to Ellis. Ellis to Heverman. Heverman tries to crash over, and it looks like he's got the try on that final play.
Penalties, then you're going to get punished for it, and that's exactly Hull Kingston Rovers. And Jamie Ellis, he's got the 2-pointer to make it 6-6 apiece here at Blackpool.
Scott Moore's a dummy half. He goes off to his left hand side, brings the ball to Chisholm. Chisholm to Smith. Smith dummy, straightens up. Got the line right this time. 5 metres out on this left flank. Hallis is the man who's at dummy half. He puts the ball to his right to Chisholm. Chisholm, the big one, as they drive it forward with Davis. Davis is tackled about 6 metres away from that left-hand upright. Oh, poor pass from Moore. But in the end, it's a drop goal. And it's a drop goal from Dave Chisholm that just edges the Bulls ahead from 10 metres out. It's Hull Kingston Rovers 6, Bradford Bulls 7. Strikes that one. The hoot of sounds. The flag goes up. And Ellis has nosed this Hull Kingston Rovers side ahead right at the end of this first period. Hull Kingston Rovers 8, Bradford Bulls 7. Well, they're not seeing that at the moment. A lot of that's down to Bradford's defence, but you're right here. All this pressure. The kick is over. So Ellis has got the kick in. It's 10-7 now to Hull Kingston Rovers. But that 3-point margin can be overtaken by a try, as we well know. We can all do the maths. And if Bradford Bulls can show a bit of enterprise close to the line, there's an opportunity for them to snatch a victory if it was as close as that. Fans it out to Blair on the right side. He's going on the arch run. Oh, he slipped the ball out. And can they go the length of the field? They've got the option now.
Go on, my boy! Go on, my boy! What a try! Go on, you beauty!
And in they go on that far side of the field. They run all the way down the length of the field.
Trevor, we're talking about entertainment. What about that for entertainment?
Thomas, come on, hit this one. Yes, he's in. Oscar Thomas has added the goal as well from the touchline. So what about this? Hulkingston Rovers 10, Bradford Bulls 13. By Kavanagh. Kavanagh will play it. Front of the post. Up they go to the right side. Quick hands. Abdul. Big gap for scrutiny. Tries to slip it out. It's to Blair. They're in at the corner. On the far side. They go in on the far side of the field. And it's Everybody goes in. His second score on that far flank. And it's Hulkingston Rovers who managed to get the touchdown, instantly responding. And it's now Hulkingston 14. Bradford Bulls 30. Rovers. Oh, this is it. Abdul goes in, and that's got to be the try that seals the win for Hulkingston Rovers. Abdul's been threatening. He's got away with murder at times, but in the end, he's got the winner. Hulkingston 18, Bradford Bulls 13.
Yeah, that could be the winning 4 points tonight for sure. And I say the amount of defence the Bradford Bulls have had to do, and I say within that set of 6, there'll be 4 points are coming.
Good side for him, right-footed kicker, and there go the flags, they're up, and Ellis has got that conversion as well. His 4th of the game, and that conversion means it's Hulkingston Rovers 20, Bradford Bulls 13. Ball played, they move it to the right again, little kick, down through, they're in! They've got the score! It's Ryan, Ethan Ryan, who's gone in for a try at the side of the post, and suddenly that margin is closed again. It's now Hulkingston Rovers 20, Bradford Bulls 17.
Well, it's just the response everybody wanted, wasn't it? And it's come from the kick-off.
He struck it well, the Bull fans tell you that. And we're back to 1 point here. And it's Hulkingston Rovers 20, Bradford Bulls 19. An absolute thriller on the final game of day 1. Moss is not going to play it. There was the final hooter at the end of an absolutely thrilling contest. Not the most flair-accentuated competition we've ever seen, or contest we've seen, but certainly for excitement, for having you on the edge of your seat, it's been magnificent. Hulkingston 20, Bradford Bulls 19.
We talk about Rovers' success, and of course for Bradford as a new club, start the season on -12, and lo and behold, they get relegated to League One. It's almost a wasted year for Bradford as a club.
Yeah, just as when we got called to a Super League or a meeting with the RFL at the start of the season, a lot of people said this is going to be a wasted year for the Bradford Bulls. It's death by 1,000 cuts, that -12 points difference, Rich. It was always going to be tough to overcome that. I think it was made tougher by the Bulls' own choice of appointing Jeff Tuvey as coach. We had the farce. Was he in charge? Wasn't he in charge? Had his visa come? Was he a working holiday maker? It was ridiculous, really. But the facts are, when his visa came through, the Bulls' results didn't really improve. They improved when they got in a Championship Shield at the end, pretty much when the club's future was sorted. A wasted year. You just hope that the goodwill of the fans remains. And I think the signing of John Keir, which we've seen in the last month, will certainly boost the hopes that maybe the club finally has hit the bottom and now they can start building and try to get out of League One and getting a step nearer a possible return to Super League. But for me, Rich, it has been a waste of a year. A lot of money wasted on and off the field at the Bradford Bulls.
Bar Bradford, of course, the rest of Yorkshire's teams and Hulkingston remained in the Championship. Dewsbury, Sheffield and Batley finishing the top 4 of the Championship Shield. And of course, Featherstone and Halifax, the bottom 2 in the qualifiers, but an extra 50 grand for Fev by beating Halifax in the last game of the season, and something for them to build on next year as well.
Yeah, I was at that game. I watched it. It was a good game, really good. I think Featherstone have recruited really, really well for next season. That's a Greg McNally coming in. They've signed some good players. I think this is probably the best Featherstone squad they've ever had. Now, can John Duffy get them playing winning rugby? Because they brought him in at the end of the season. It was always going to be tough, wasn't it, in the Super 8s. Eventually they got that win late on, and hopefully they can kick on. The Championship's going to be really tough next season, but you can't argue with the recruitment. Mark Campbell has put his money firmly where his mouth is, and his team, in my opinion, have they've got a team that they should do pretty well.
League One had a international feel to it this year, more than ever, with the addition of the Toronto Wolfpack, who unsurprisingly gained promotion at the first attempt. They were, of course, beaten in the Super 8s by the York City Knights, and you were there when they went to the Keighley Cougars, and what an afternoon that was.
Yeah, it was really. there was an arrogance about Toronto, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You know, you look at boxers like Nazim Ahmed, they had that arrogance. I think you need it to be at a certain level of elite sport. But there was a swagger about them that was maybe a little bit unjustified on that day. I think they thought they had to turn up and win, and Keighley probably raised their game more than they had done all season. And what a titanic finish that one was. Pleasure to be there. It was rugby league, you know, probably at its rawest, but it was very, very enjoyable.
Well, here they go up to the 40, Keighley. They still trail by 10 if they could get the next one. Who knows? 8.5 gone. Second half. Here now is Brook. Oh, he's ghosted through. He's away, Brook. He's got Hawkyard with him. He puts Hawkyard under the post. What a try, and well played, Adam Brook. Ghosted through, drew the fullback, and Hawkyard scores in front of the Terry Hollandrake stand. It's Keighley 16, the Wolfpack 22.
Well, if Coach Lingard wanted a reaction from his Keighley players, certainly in the first 10 minutes he's got one from there, but brilliant play by the Cougars and the young lad Brook. He was just selling dummies as though, and I say that they were all babies, the Toronto defenders. They wasn't just taking dummy after dummy, and great fullback support play from Hawkyard. Brilliant play from the Cougars. Just got themselves back into this game.
Ball 12 metres out from the line. Featherweights at dummy half. He'll come to Baharrell down the short side. Miss out pass. Oh, it's intercepted. And there could be trouble here for the Cougars. Baharrell's got to make the tackle and he doesn't. And Pownall's going to go 90 metres. And surely now scoring the corner. He cuts back in field. Why did he do that? He's tackled 10 metres away from the line. But the Wolfpack surely will score here as Hall fires the pass out wide. They've got numbers outside and they're going to score with Whiting. Passes the ball. Appeals for a forward pass. But the Wolfpack have scored. The Cougars pressing at one end. But the try scored at the other. Heartbreak for the Cougars. The Wolfpack extend their lead. It's Keighley 18, Wolfpack 26.
Yeah, just the wrong pass, wasn't it? And I say they just maybe needed to be a little bit more patient in that set of six. You know, they tried to score early in the tackle count and paid the price. And I say, well, the Toronto winger, what he stepped inside for, we don't know. But anyway, in the end, he got tackled and great passing to the left-hand side. And Whiting, well, he took the easy option, I guess, and just passed it to the opposite centre. And Toronto just now get themselves maybe a little bit more comfortable. But unfortunately for Keighley, just wasn't patient enough in that set of six mark.
Ball goes down the short side. Baharrell gets it away. There's a bit of a chance here. Ryder's got a 2-on-1. He's got Finnegan down the sideline. Finnegan, little chip kick. Is he going to score? He is! What a try from Finnegan! He gives it the big celebration in the corner. That was class from Keighley. The pass from Ryder. The little chip and chase from Finnegan. And boy, have we got a grandstand final few minutes at Cougar Park. It's Keighley 22, Toronto 26.
Sensational from the Cougars, and I tell you what, you won't see any better try whether it's in Super League, the Championship, or the First Division, or even maybe International Rugby League. That was absolute sheer quality from the Cougars, keeping the ball alive. And Finnegan, I tell you, he backed himself there. He's had a great game this afternoon. The confidence what he's got, and the little chip and chase, absolute sensational. Great vision from the winger. He's delighted with that, as are the Keighley fans all around us here now. They reckon they can take the 2 points here, Mark Wilson.
You missed the Finnegan celebration. That was worth the gate money alone.
Brilliant.
Superb in the corner.
Brilliant play from the winger.
Here's Conroy gets the ball out wide. Chance on the far touchline for Barnes. He's over the halfway line. Couple of tackles left. They need to get the ball back in play quickly, the Cougars. They do now. Brook gets it away to Baharrell. Here's a little chip over the top, and he's put too much on it. He's taken out. It's a penalty, 25 yards out, Scoey. Do you take the two?
You've got to take the two. You've got to take the two. And I was asking for the chip and chase. Burrell, he gets it there. It's a fair penalty. He's taken out. This is a penalty in front. He'll take the two. The way he's been kicking all day, you'd back him and get these. And
he's
boy,
25 yards out. He's right well. He's in front of the post.
He won't miss this.
Baharrell says we'll take the two.
Well, brilliant. Great commitment and a desire from Keighley Cougars. And we don't know how long's left here, but I tell you what, if there is another kicker, what's to say maybe they might go down and get a drop goal, the Cougars. Brilliant effort.
Keighley 24, Toronto 26. Live on Radio Yorkshire.
Mark,
Baharrell has got a kick to level it.
Yeah, he can't miss this. He's kicked them all day from the sidelines. He can't miss this.
Here he comes.
He can't miss this.
He looks up. He's 26 metres out. right-footed, sends it on its way. The touches haven't moved. The cheers will tell you everything you need to know. We're deep in injury time. It's Keighley 26, Toronto 26.
Brilliant, absolute brilliant from the Cougars.
And that's it. The full-time hooter goes at Cougar Park. And Matty Baharrell, with the last kick of the game, has got a point. And how crucial might that point be for the Keighley Cougars? Standing ovation from everybody inside the ground. What a match it's been. Toronto led 22-12 at the break. Tries for Pownell, QLT, Liam Kay and Richard Whiting. Cancelling out efforts from Keighley for Barnes and Finnegan, who had led 12-4 after 25 minutes. But Keighley came out second half, and if we're honest, there was only one team in it. Richie Hawkyard got them back within a score at 22-18 as Keighley dominated possession. They tried to get their way over, and it looked like they might have tried too hard when the pass was intercepted by Johnny Pownell on his own line. He went 90 metres, next tackle, Greg Worthington scores to make it 26-18. But crucially, only kicked 3 from 5. Baharrell, well, he kicked everything that moved, and with 5 minutes left, Vinnie Finnegan got the ball on the left-hand side. A neat little chip over the fullback. He regathered to score in the corner, and for the third time in the afternoon, Baharrell nailed it from the sideline. That made it 26-24. From the kick-off, Keighley moved it downfield. Scoey had been calling for the chip over the top. Baharrell delivered, taken out as he went to regather it. And from the penalty, Baharrell 26 yards out, as Scoey said, never in doubt. What a game. Baharrell kicks it. It's all level. It's 26 points apiece.
Yeah, absolute brilliant. I say the Cougars, well, as I mentioned with Toronto, if they didn't come with the right attitude then, and I say if Cougars play for the full 80 minutes, and that's exactly what they did, then there could be a surprise here this afternoon. And certainly, all right, they're not going away with the 2 points, but fully deserved the 20-26 draw and coming away here from a point. And I say the commitment from the players from Keighley, and the half-back himself, Burrell, has been outstanding from there, the full-back as well, Hawkyard, but everybody to a man from Keighley. As I said before kick-off, 1 to 17, they all do the jobs as individuals, as a team collectively. They play for the full 80 minutes, and boy, oh boy, absolutely outstanding from the Cougars.
From League One and the Championship, and we'll get back to Super League in a bit, but, as you mentioned at the top of the programme, Hull FC, second straight win at Wembley, got there with a semi-final victory over the Leeds Rhinos.
Out of the back to Moon puts the kick up. Here's one for Ryan Hall to chase. Here comes Ryan Hall. Hall's got it down, and Ryan Hall is in. 19 minutes on the clock. Taylor gets it to Ellis with a step. Gareth Ellis wrapped up 3 away from the liners. Houghton waits at dummy half, comes to the right to Kelly with a step. Kelly straightens up, and Albert Kelly will score. 24 minutes on the clock, and Albert Kelly puts the dancing feet on. McGuire at dummy half, McGuire dummies. McGuire goes one way, goes the other, gets an offload to Watkins. Watkins comes back into centre field. Watkins drops it onto the boot for Ryan Hall, and Ryan Hall, has he got a second? Ryan Hall in at the corner. Phil Bentham, he's going to put the square in the air. 31 minutes on the clock. Decision on the field is try, and has Ryan Hall got his second try of the afternoon for the Rhinos. Here it comes. Touch judges normally give it away. It's a try, and Ryan Hall has put Leeds back in front here at the Keepmoat. Persistence the key from the England winger, and Leeds lead by 10 points to 6. As Houghton goes to the left, long looping pass to Kelly. Kelly out the back to Sneed, 4 on 3. Kelly pops it up. Tuimavave will score. 35 minutes on the clock, and Carlos Tuimavave gets in for the black and white. Goes for a crossfield kick. Kelly takes. Albert Kelly gets it away, and it's going to be Chris Green who will score. And Hull FC are in. 39 minutes on the clock, and Phil Bentham points at a spot, and Hull are going to go in ahead at half-time. Chris Green it is with a try. Sneed, here's another one for Briscoe. Briscoe jumps. Talanoa back on the inside to Tuimavave, and Tom Briscoe's not even competed for that. And Carlos Tuimavave gets a second try of the game. Tom Briscoe's had an absolute shocker there. He's just allowed for Tuli Talanoa to get in front of him, and Hull FC have made the perfect start to the second half. They lead by 22 points to 12.
Sneed, he's in the pocket.
Sneed, drop goal, and Mark Sneed puts the drop goal over. 55 minutes gone here. Hull FC now have a 13-point lead. They lead by 25 points to 12, and it was called by the legend.
Smart play.
Moon out for McGuire. McGuire dinks it through, looking for Watkins. Great play. Watkins with a football. Watkins with a dummy. Watkins for the line, and Leeds have scored. 60 minutes on the clock. Leeds put the variation in on the kick. Danny McGuire it is again, and Callum Watkins is the man on the spot. Manages to get out of a desperate challenge from Talanoa, over by the side of the post. It's Hull 25, Leeds 16. As Kelly goes across the face, gets it to Watts, huge gap for Watts, and Liam Watts will score! 65 minutes on the clock here, and Liam Watts gets over on the back of the magic from Albert Kelly. Here is Taylor. Scott Taylor will score! And that is the icing on the cake. 75 minutes on the clock, and Scott Taylor gets in for the Black and Whites. 7th try of the afternoon for them, and they lead by 41 points to 18.
You could kick this.
I'd have kicked that last one as well, as Sneed tags the kick over for the Black and Whites. You're listening to Rugby League Live on Radio Yorkshire. Ryan Hall's heading off the island. Ryan Hall's gone off the island, and that is going to be it here at the Keepmoat. Nobody's going to be bothered. This scrum isn't going to get packed. And the Black and White are back at Wembley. Back-to-back visits to the Arch for Hull FC. They've won this semi-final by 43 points to 24.
And having beaten Leeds in the semi, they took on Wigan to make it 2 Challenge Cup final victories in a row.
And that's it, we've got the go-ahead. Phil Bentham wanders away, blows time on, and we're underway in the 2017 Ladbrokes Challenge Cup final. Jamie Shaw with the catch, and it's going to be Liam Watts with the first hitter for the game, and he's been tackled by half the Wigan team. They'll go to the right to Lulawai, and Lulawai goes crossfield with the kick. That's going to bounce. It's going to bounce awkwardly. It's bounced to Gelling. Gelling on the inside to Bateman, and Wigan have pulled a rabbit out of the hat. 4 minutes gone here at Wembley, and John Bateman has put Wigan ahead, and that has come from absolutely nothing.
Williams lines up the kick, and Wigan have the early advantage.
As Williams tags on the goal here. Watts is free. Liam Watts for the line. Watts with a step. Oh, great tackle on Liam Watts. He's short, says Phil Bentham. Just a metre short. Last tackle. Houghton at dummy half. Gets it to Kelly. They've got numbers. Kelly too slow. Pops it out the back to Sneed. Sneed with a kick. Looking for Talanoa. And for Tuli Talanoa will score. 12 minutes 40 on the clock. And Hull are back in it. Liam Watts a metre from the line. But Talanoa rises from the air to catch the kick from Sneed. Sneed then with the conversion attempt gets the kick away, and the flags are up here at Wembley. Minicello spins. Minicello tries to go again. Minicello, he's in. He's short. No. There's Tuimavave, gets it back to Sneed. Crossfield kick from Sneed, jump ball. It's gone backwards to Manu. Here is Fanua, and Mahe Fanua has scored. Hull are in. He's going to go upstairs to the video referee to check it. Has Mahe Fanua scored? The decision on the screen. Try is given, and Hull lead by 10 points to 6. Here is Sneed with the conversion attempt, left-footed, kicks on its way. And the flags are up here at Wembley. You're listening to the Challenge Cup final live on Radio Yorkshire. Tompkins hunted down. Tompkins for the line, has lost it. Play on. Talanoa is going to be tackled in goal, and that's it's going off down below. Jamie Shaw is in the face of Sam Tompkins, and Tompkins has reacted to this. Tompkins has lost it over the line. Shaw and Tompkins have come. Sneed and Tompkins have come together, and Tompkins has thrown the head on. Tompkins has put the head on there in to Sneed. Tompkins has headbutted Sneed. I'm telling you. Powell goes to the left, gets it to O'Loughlin, out of the back to Lulawai. Lulawai to Williams, is still running it. Williams for Gildart. Gildart's got through, and Gildart's got in at the corner. 33 minutes on the clock here And Wigan have just put a simple shift out to the left and through the hands, and Oliver Gildart is the man who's got in at the corner, and Wigan are back in it here at Wembley. It's Hull FC 12, Wigan Warriors 10. Here is George Williams off that left-hand touchline, and the cheers from the Hull fans will tell you that's drifted across the face of the post. And that is going to be it, half-time here at Wembley. Hull lead by 12 points to 10. Here is Houghton, comes to the right to Kelly. Kelly double pumps. Kelly's got it out the back to Fanua. Fanua's in! Second try of the game for Maher Fanua. 49 minutes on the clock.
It'll go to the screen.
He's got to go upstairs and check it.
It's a
but
try.
Maher
It's a
Fanua
try.
has scored for Hull FC. 49 minutes gone on the clock. What a finish from Maher Fanua, that is. Here is Sneed, kicks on its way, it's curling round, and there you go, the cries of Sneed ring around Wembley. 10 minutes gone in the second half, and Hull FC lead by 18 points to 10. Taylor at the back to Kelly. Kelly been really quiet today. Here is Shaw into the line. Chance here is Shaw to Fanua. Fanua for a hat-trick! And Maher Fanua gets in! 61 minutes on the clock.
Hold on, we're going to the screen.
We're going to the screen. We're going to check something.
Obstruction.
Has Maher Fanua got a try? No try. No try. As McAlorum waits at dummy half. McAlorum goes to the right. Here is Clubb for the line, and he's lost it over the line. Oh,
he has. He turned to try and put it down. He's saying it was taken out of my hands.
He's going upstairs to the video referee.
Well, I think Tony Clubb is saying that ball was reefed out of my hands.
63 minutes on the clock.
I was the one that put it down.
Here it comes, and it is no try. As we suspected, 20-metre restart. As Powell at dummy half gets it to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin flings the pass out to Farrell, 3-on-2. Farrell with the pass for Burgess, and here Hull, Wigan have scored on this set, and Joe Burgess it is who's got in. 73 minutes on the clock. It's game on again here now at Wembley. Joe Burgess gets in at the corner. It's Hull 18, Wigan 14. Strap yourselves in, we're in for a big 7 minutes.
This is a big kick from Williams. He's missed it.
He's missed it. Missed it to the left of the post.
Still one score.
Rich, keep an eye on the clock. You can do the countdown.
I think the Hull fans will do that for you.
It's too far away for me to run.
Taylor takes it in, and Taylor, get up, play on. Don't give a penalty away.
10 seconds.
Here we go.
10 seconds.
Taylor will get up and play it. Houghton at dummy half gets it to Batuli Talanoa. Talanoa with some steps, and that is it. Oh, it's play on! It's play on! It's Batuli Talanoa! Talanoa for the line! Talanoa to Watts! Watts has got one to beat! Watts is going to be tackled 5 metres short of the line, and that is it! Hull FC are back-to-back Challenge Cup winners here at Wembley! They've won by 18 points to 14 in what has been the best Wembley final since the game came back here in 2007, and Hull have gone back-to-back. 18 points to 14 they've won, and the black and white are the 2017 winners of the Ladbrokes Challenge Cup final.
You've got the Challenge Cup in your hand.
Yeah, it's going to drop off, so I'll be quick.
Are you ever going to let it go? It's must be special to win it twice in a row.
It is, mate, very special. It's it's what dreams are made of, and the hoodoo surrounded last year. We've got that off our back, but to retain it, it takes a special group, and we've got a special group within.
And how special was Mark Sneed today? His kicking game, just Wigan couldn't deal with it.
No, he saves his best for the big stages, doesn't he? And he's a special player, and he's a special bloke, and he deserves every accolade he gets.
He has a great platform because of you, and the forward pack do so much work. It must be great to be part of a great team effort.
It is, mate, and same as last year, 1 to 17 was special, and we've got a couple of players that come up with some big plays like they did last year, and it's great to be part of a winning team and a special team that cherish these moments, and we're like a family.
And you'll never want to give that trophy back, will you?
No, these days are special, mate, and we've got to cherish it because you never know when it's going to come around again. So we'll make sure we enjoy tonight.
Got the Landstod Trophy with you, back-to-back wins of that. How special is that an achievement on a personal level?
Yeah, on a personal level, it's huge for me. Obviously, winning it last year, I went to the dinner and picked the trophy up, and you see the names on there, and it's incredible the names that are on there. To have my name on it, we're a blessing really, and obviously I'm on there for a second time now, and I can't be happy with it. Obviously, like you said, on a personal level, it don't really get much better.
It seemed to take a while for Hull to get into the game, but once you did, you were unstoppable almost.
Yeah, it's one of them games. I always say to myself, don't worry about the first five minutes or so in a big game, especially with the surroundings. It's a lot. You've got to get your eye in and stuff like that. I think my first 5 or 10 minutes in that game were probably not my greatest 5 or 10 minutes I've ever had. But obviously, you grow into games. Especially big games like that at Wembley. It's obviously you don't win trophies in the first 5 or 10 minutes of a game. So yeah, I'm just happy with the way that went.
What's it like playing alongside Albert Kelly? Because obviously he's a player who perhaps drifts in and out of the game, but certainly had a great impact today again.
Yeah, he's on a bit of a different level. His Albie is a bit of a masterclass on dipping himself in and out of a game, and I thought he did that probably at best he's done all year today. He's dipped himself in and out. He's come up with try scoring passes and stuff like that, and he's obviously done an outstanding job for us. He makes my life a lot easier. I leave him to do whatever he wants, and I take control of the rest of the boys. It's actually that simple. So to have him next to me every week, yeah, it's good.
Finally, just a word on the platform given to you by the forwards. They just never stop working today. And again, your captain Gareth Ellis retiring at the end of the season. I guess you want to make it a perfect end for him at Old Trafford.
Yeah, we do. I've said a few times now that our forwards make my job and Albie's job a lot easier. They really do. They're absolute monsters in the middle of that field, and they do a huge job for us. Obviously, if they don't get that ball rolling, I can't do what I do. Albie can't do what he does. So yeah, I can't thank them enough. And as for Gaz, he's just on another level, isn't he? There's probably nobody about like Gaz anymore. And just to have him in the team, obviously for the rest of the season's outstanding. And obviously when he's on the field, we're a lot better team for it.
Do you think it was a hat-trick, Mike?
Oh. You know, those video refs, they get paid the big bucks to make those calls, so we'll leave it with them. Obviously, they've seen something that the whole fans and the whole team probably didn't see, but I'm happy with the double.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad couple of tries. These acrobatic tries are a feature of rugby league these days, but to score one like that at the National Stadium in the Challenge Cup final, that must make it even more special.
Yeah, I didn't actually think I could do one of those tries. I haven't ever scored a try like that, so for it to happen on a big stage, I'm pretty pleased. It's good to know that I've got that in me, so hopefully I'll keep it up my sleeve for games to come.
You see now your legacy's confirmed. That will be in the video highlight packages of the Challenge Cup final every single year now. We'll see you scoring that try, but how special was it to you today, the second straight win for Hull, and of course as a club?
Personally, it means a lot to me. Obviously it's my last season with the club, and I'm heading back to the NRL next year, so with these last couple of games I'm really trying to make the most of them, and I hope that I put in a performance that has my peers proud and the fans proud.
Danny Houghton, Mark Sneed and Mahe Fanua. Mark Sneed, who's had some criticism on this programme this year, not necessarily from us, but the first man to win back-to-back Lansdowne trophies on his own before the Pens get involved, and it was very difficult to choose between him and Mahe Fanua as who would be the man of the match, but his kicking was crucial. And Wigan, disappointing, as we said, a disappointing year for Wigan, but another great season in the Cup, at least for Hull FC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got to the semi-final again. It's not the worst season in the world, is it? But they just couldn't quite, when they really needed it, in the semi-final, deliver that performance in the Super League. But they blitzed Leeds in the semi of the Cup, and they went to Wembley and did a job on Wigan. You almost feel, you don't want to say the cup's beneath them now, because obviously they've worked so hard to win it, they won't want to let it go, but they need some Super League success now, I feel, is their next step forward. But no doubt, and under Lee Radford, a good year. The big question for them, no Gareth Ellis next season. How on earth do they replace him? Because he was Mr. Hull FC in the black and white camp.
The Super 8s almost were done before they started in terms of league leadership, because Castleford, it didn't take them too long to get that shield confirmed with victory over Wakefield.
There he goes, Zach Hardacre with the kick, and the game is underway. Huge cheer from the Cas fans. It's in the air. It's taken by Caton Brown, 10 metres away from his own line, and he'll scoot in. Orange boots, moves forward. Ball leaves his foot. Touch judges. More importantly, Wakefield fans, they're happy with that. They get the kick and they're in front by 2 points to 0, and a good start by them, Leon.
Absolutely, a great first set. The ball was put high up in the corner. Milliken couldn't take it, and then Webster makes the error. So, like I said, nervy times for Cas, but I'm sure they'll settle down within the next couple of sets.
8 metres away from the line. McShane's at dummy half. Comes to his right to Millington. Links with Roberts. Further right. Hardacre takes the ball. Gets rid of the first defender. There's the first try of the evening. It's gone the way of Castleford Tigers. That man Zach Hardacre with it. It's Castleford hit the front. They lead by 4 points to 2.
Yep, I was speaking to Lee Gilmore today. I've been with him. He's their defensive coach, and he was talking to me about you can jam Hardacre because you know he's not got too much of a pass, but what you don't account for there is his footwork.
Should have been a penalty. Finn from dummy half tried to pinch one, but working hard from the dummy half. They've got numbers on that far side. It's a try. Jones Bishop making up for the error that gave away the penalty for Castleford's try. Wakefield hit back pretty quickly. Good hands to the right. 2-on-1 in the hands of Jones Bishop. He will score in the corner, and Wakefield are back in front. Wakefield are back level, should I say. It's Cas 6, Wakefield 6.
For me, the standout player of this game so far is a player that I know very, very well, Dean Adley, playing out of position at 9. He is the most dangerous player in the field at the moment. He's taking control around the ruck, he's taking carries from the ruck, he's organising plays, hitting the right pass, and he's looking really, really dangerous for somebody who's usually a back row stroke lock.
He's to the right of the post, comes back to McMeekin on the angle. McMeekin reaches out. McMeekin's got the ball over the line. We'll go to the big screen. We're a long way away. Cas fans in that shed think he's got the ball down. The big call here is watch the referee's decision. He's got no try, Leon Price.
Try for me, Doc. Try for me.
Does the jungle erupt? You better believe it does. There goes the try. Cas back in front. Cas have got the ball, and over halfway after 2 tackles, Junior Moores will be tackled. He's looking at the referee saying what's going on, but Cas don't hang about. Roberts links with Hardacre. Hardacre to the right hand side, tries to get on the outside of Caton Brown. The offload back inside to Webster. Brilliant play by Castleford. The strength from Hardacre, the class from Hardacre. He gets on the outside of Caton Brown. He's got the presence of mind to throw the ball back on the inside, and Webster's too big, too strong. He crashes over, and Cas increase their lead. He's only 2 metres away from the line. Caton Brown's at dummy half. He looks up. He's right. He's gone for the line. He's got the ball down. Caton Brown. He's over the line.
Yes.
Took everybody by surprise. Yes. Everybody lined up to his right.
Get it.
He's over the line, and we've got game back on here.
Game
we
on.
said if Cas scored at one end, it was game over. They haven't, and Wakey have gone up the other end with the aid of a penalty. They've got over the line. Caton Brown. Finn steps and comes back to the shot. Kermon
through and he scores!
Kermon through and he scores.
Right time, give it a try. There you go.
Price sums it up perfectly. Great play by Liam Finn. Everybody expecting the ship out to the left-hand side. He stepped off his left foot. Huge hole for Danny Kermon. You could have got a bus through that one. Kermon straight through. Only one result happening there. I said the first try of the second half was massive. It's gone the way of Wakefield. It links with Gale. Gale spins one across. Into the arms of Luke Gale. Luke Gale scores in the corner. Ben Jones Bishop went for the interception. Luke Gale's pass was right on the money, and Greg Eden, first game back for a while, does what he's done all this season, scorches down the touchline and scores, brings the ball in for good measure, 10 metres. Castleford 22, Wakefield 16.
Well, that was a gamble from Bishop. He goes for the ball. If he catches it, he scores the other end. If he misses, Cas score. You've got to give Luke Gale a credit.
Score again. They'll be hard to peg back to the right hand side. They've got the numbers. It's played out. Play on. Webster's over. Webster scores. Maybe now the engraver can etch Cass's name on that trophy. They go 10 points in front on the back of another Wakefield error. It's Castleford 26, Wakefield 16.
There's people in the stands hugging and clapping, the pie starting. You can see the Cas fans, the tension's been cut a little bit.
We go back to the short side, too big, too strong. Jake Webster in for his second try, and the party now gets into full swing here at the Menderhose Jungle, live on Radio Yorkshire. It's Castleford 32, Wakefield 16.
The shield's out here, pitch side.
Yeah, here it comes
The
now.
shield's out.
Gill for the kick. He's
got
nailed
Cass's name on it. The shield's got Cass's name on it.
34-16. Luke Gill with the kick. It didn't pay off this time, and now the defending Luke Gill with the 1-pointer. Luke Gill has nailed it. High five to all around. Luke Gill adds the 1-pointer. And Castleford now, again, the significant, probably not really that important in the scheme of things, but he adds the 1 point. It's Cass 35 and Wakefield 16. Links with Roberts flat past to McMeekin to Webster on a hat-trick. Webster's got a hat-trick, and again it's the right edge of Castleford. Roberts, McMeekin and Webster making hay while the sun is shining. He scores his 3rd try of the second half. It's Castleford now 39, Wakefield 16.
Yeah, and I must admit, I think this year is probably Jake Webster's best season, and he's the best I've ever seen him play. He's been outstanding form. He's a big boy, big wide frame, big trunk, big legs, and he's just playing fantastic. Every time I see him play, he plays very, very, very well.
And a true hat-trick, Leon, as well. 3 tries back-to-back.
He deserves it, mate. He played fantastic this season. Four. He's got 4.
Oh, yeah, he's won in the first half. Thanks to Tom in the studio. Do you know why that is, Leon? Because you nicked my pen and I've wrote half in red and half in black.
There you go.
No, it's never my fault, mate. Never my fault. Crowd just dampens a little bit. Caton Brown with the try. And it's Castleford 39, Wakefield 20.
Well, too little, too late. Bit of a soft try, bit of a dive over. We're at Max Jowett.
Max Jowett, they're giving it so it's a bit away from us. I'll have another look on the TV. They'll come to that side. Hooby with the pass. Misses out, goes to Tupu. Tupu slips, offloads back inside. And yes, it is Max Jowett, isn't it?
Yep.
Max Jowett with the try. Roberts, the game's star player for me, straightens up straight through a hole. He's got support on his inside. Brilliant from Benny Roberts. Zach Hardacre on the inside like any good fullback should be. And Hardacre got the ball rolling for Cass on 10 minutes. Is he going to be the final try scorer on 75? Brilliant from Cass. Brilliant from Roberts. It's Castleford 43, Wakefield 20. Sometimes difficult though, Leon, isn't it? I'm sure you felt that at Wembley last year. We'll talk about that maybe as well. When you're part of it, but you're not part of it. Here comes the last player of the game. Arona with the kick over. Greg Eden will knock the ball on. He's just booted it into the air. And Cass, for their first time in their history, finish top of the league. They will win the League Leaders' Shield. The Mendenhall Jungle rises as one. And the best team across the season win the competition with fully 4 games still left to go. Big effort from Cass. Not at the best tonight, Leon, but good enough to win the trophy.
Yeah, listen, let's give these boys as much plaudits as we can. They've been fantastic all season.
The champagne corks are popped. Here he goes, Michael Shenton. He will raise that shield. The fireworks go off. The fireworks, the crackers, the noise. The Mendenhall Jungle is in party mode as Michael Shenton raises the League Leaders' Shield. And whether we agree with it or not, Cass finished top of the league. And rightly so, they're going to have the party that they deserve tonight, Leon.
Absolutely, enjoy it, boys, you deserve it.
When you came back to this club, it was on its knees. You've turned it round. How proud does that make you?
Oh, unbelievably. I've had a lot of support, I'd have to say, from a whole lot of people. The coaching staff, the people who run the club, Steve Gill, Mark Grattan, Ian Fulton. There's a lot of people behind the scenes who do a huge job. Coaching staff have been unbelievable, and I feel so proud that we've done this together, and the fans, just how many of them, and how special are they, how much are they behind the team and the club.
Straight out of school I've been a rugby player professionally, and from the age of 17 I moved away from home and to work to something like this, and I had a couple of wins in lower grades at home, but this is where you want to be, in the top grade of a competition, whether it be in the NRL or Super League, and to get a trophy is just it's hard. The feeling's so hard to explain, It's not quite up there with the birth of me kids, but it's not far off.
You started out at Cass, you're finishing at Cass, but you're going to go out a winner, League Leaders' Shield winner. What does it mean to Andy Lynch?
Oh, fantastic. We've waited so long for this, and I think on the flip side of it, I went in 2004 when Wakefield sent us down, so it's just great to be on the other foot, and we beat Wakefield to win the League Leaders in front of our own crowd, so it's fantastic for us. And it means a great deal to these fans as much as it does to us, and you can see them hanging about now, so it's fantastic and it's a night to savour.
Finally, silverware, captain, you got to lift it. What did it feel like?
Amazing, amazingly proud moment until half the team sprayed champagne in my eyes. So, no, it was just to walk down there, feel my legs going like jelly getting down there, and then they didn't leave a space for me to get down there and get to the middle. But we'll learn. We're in a good place now, and just how perfectly it's dropped on that Wakey at home, Thursday night, long weekend off now, and we enjoy this now. All our families get to come on the field and be part of it, and then just everyone now can have a good night.
How important is it? How good was it that you could get the trophy tonight when you'd actually won it as well?
Amazing, yeah. I think that just put a little bit of extra pressure on it, a little bit of spice on the game. It's what it needed. No one wanted a bit of a dead rubber going into this. We wanted a high-pressure game. I think it's good for us moving forward. Bit of pressure on us. I think it brought out a bit of a frantic nature in us a little bit. And for us to regroup, regather, got ourselves a bit of a hole at times. And I thought that senior bloke stood up and got us out of that. And we came up with some very smart plays in the second half under a bit of pressure, because Wakey scored first in that second half, and you're thinking, oh, Cat's going to choke here. But we were very confident under the sticks. We knew that. But no, just the whole night as a whole, just amazing, absolutely amazing.
You're going to be 80 minutes away from a grand final. Someone's got to come here and knock you over.
Yeah, hopefully that's going to be a tough task for somebody, but we've got to turn up, play better than what we did tonight, if you know what I mean. We've got to learn kind of little lessons from that, but we'll focus on that another day. I think today is about celebrating this bit of silverware we've got in the trophy cabinet now, so it's a very, very proud moment.
Some more big nights to come at the Jungle. Steve Gill said you're going to be in the World Club Series, you're going to try and play here. That'd be another huge occasion. This has opened the door now, hasn't it?
Absolutely. We put ourselves in the frame for big games, and the more kind of big games we play, the more I text Luke Gale today, so I love this feeling. The anticipation going into a big game is when you're tingling a bit, you're excited, and you know that pressure's going to be on you, but that's what you thrive for as a professional sportsman. If you want to be one of the best, you've got to play in the big games, and that's what we're doing now, regularly playing in big games, and there's a few more big games to come, like you say.
What does it mean to you then? You've been here through the thick and thin. I know you went away and you've come back, but what does this mean to you?
Oh, just, yeah, where I've been in this play, I've had some great times here, but also some very, very tough times, and so have all the fans as well, so I know what it means. I know what this means. I know what they all mean when they say it's an emotional night. So, no, we're, like everyone said, we're moving past that now. Moving past that, that's in our history now, that one. We're a totally different club, we're a different team to them. It's a differently run place, definitely differently coached. And the players that come in are expected to hit certain standards, and if you don't fit in. So that's the kind of culture we're breeding here, and these are the games. If you want to come play at Cass, you've got to be ready to play in these kind of games now.
We heard there from the man who lifted it, Michael Shenton, Grant Millington, Andy Lynch, and of course the coach, Darryl Powell. And whatever happened after that, it was an historic year for the Castleford Tigers, and they played some good rugby in that game against Wakefield, as they did throughout the season.
Yeah, it was a night you wondered if they were going to bottle it, if they were going to waste the chance that they had, and it looked for a long point as though, the Trinity were going to make them pay and make them wait another week, but they got it done, and it was a pleasure to be there, Rich. I've got to be really honest. It was a wonderful night to be there. The excitement for the club and the pride at the club that they'd managed finally to put some serious silverware in the cabinet, and yeah, they couldn't quite go on and do it. The big thing for me was that they didn't just blow up in the plate. They actually got to the grand final. But big achievement for the Castleford Tigers.
And I guess the shame, and we didn't hear from Steve Gill there, but he said after the game, we're going to bring the World Club Series to the Jungle, and they won't get that opportunity, sadly, in 2018.
No, they won't, and that's a big disappointment, but, that's for powers that be above the Castleford Tigers to determine what happens there. But, disappointment for the Tigers in that respect, but the aim is, can they get themselves back to the grand final, give themselves a chance of getting in the World Club Challenge next season?
If it's good, we'll tell you. If it's rubbish, we'll tell you. This is Radio Yorkshire, the only place for honest opinions on the greatest game.
We'll get back to the serious stuff in a moment, but Rugby League Live on Radio Yorkshire has produced many odd bits and pieces over the past 3 years or whatever we've been doing it. And here are some of the highlights.
Well, you say highlights, Richard.
Just say,
the listeners might have other opinions, but as you know on live radio, anything can happen. And they say in life, never work with animals or children. I would add that Gary Schofield to that list, Rich. I don't know about you.
Yeah, there are plenty of Scoey clips in this one. Let's kick off with one of them, when Scoey was getting quite excited about the game of rugby league.
It will be a sellout. What they brought here tonight, Mark, 2,000, 2,500. This atmosphere is absolutely electric, but as I said...
I don't know what that means. I know in Belle they invent their own words.
Well, it certainly got his attention anyway, whatever it was. And yeah, well, he was getting excited, shall we say.
Speaking of, hopefully not, the problem with Scoey is, and I guess one of the great things of England not winning the World Cup is he didn't have to run the length of the Suncorp Stadium naked. But earlier in the year, he did make a similar promise.
Scoey, is it true that if Salford win today, you're going to be running naked round Gary and Gemma Carter's garden?
Yes, I've got a naked run on there. But anyway, there's still plenty of time for that not to happen.
As the kicker from Hardacre bounces.
Me and my big gob, eh?
Junior Sow gets it, goes across field, and
come on, Cass!
Sow is going to be wrapped up, 18 away from the line. The Carters are sat next to us, and Mrs. Carter currently has a big beaming smile on her face.
I don't understand why, to be honest. Why does she want to see me naked?
I don't know. I've heard there's nothing to see anyway, Scully.
Bit harsh, Matt Horton.
I mean, the Carters have been through enough without...
you and I have both seen the misfortune to see Gary naked, and I can assure you that Mrs. Carter is not missing anything.
Reassure you.
We assure you. Personally, we would write you a guarantee.
I don't think he actually ever lived up to that term.
Thankfully, yeah. Well, there's been no court proceedings that I'm aware of.
No. Now, one of the other members of our team is Craig Murdoch, and he shared with us a story of how he nearly drowned playing rugby league.
Yeah, true story. I nearly drowned here playing for Wigan one day, very early on in the early 90s, 94, something like that. There was puddles all over, and I think it was Big Mike Coiti, remember him, played in the back row? Yeah. Held my head under a puddle. I thought I was going to drown. And I got up and I said, sorry for running at you, I'll not do it again.
You don't get that these days, do you?
He's a very welcome addition to our team, Craig, and he's got some good tale. They all have, haven't they, the old pros?
Oh, yeah, there's more from Craig to come. Don't you worry about that. Another one of our friends who's been with us since day one is Andy Kelly, who this year came up with one of the lines of the year watching the Lee Centurions.
Rapira was first in, Ikehefo finished it off. Ball now. Well, Acton's gone down as though Ikehefo's clattered him. He didn't even touch him, and Lee have spilt the ball. I think Jamie Acton wants to concentrate on the rugby, doesn't he?
We ought to call him Jamie Acton.
Yeah, oh, good one, Andy.
I have moments.
Yeah.
Very few and far between, but he has them.
Happy New Year, Andy. Now, there's all this blue ha-ha and hullabaloo, and other words I can't say earlier in this year, about, of course, the end of the South Stand at Leeds. But I've always thought that the North Stand, which is also gone, and I will miss terribly, is probably the home of the classiest people in rugby league. It must be the poshest stand in rugby league.
Possibly.
A man who knows all about that is Phil Kaplan, who methinks doth protest too much.
And the light show started at Headingley. Won't have too many more of these for the next 18 months, but now people have got torches on their phone and switching them on, and it's like being at a Barry Manilow concert. I'm told. I've never been to one, and I wouldn't ever go to.
Do you believe him?
Guilty.
We had lots of fun in Blackpool for the summer bash. Scoey met one of his friends there.
I told you yesterday, me and Joanne kissed and made up yesterday, man.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
We did indeed. Yeah, kissed and made up. She's an intelligent lady, NHS pharmacist, so I do talk to intelligent people. I can have conversations with intelligent people, you know.
Yeah, I wish I had that luxury, working with you. Ball in front of the post.
Good comeback, Alan. It's a try here.
A chance here for the Bulldogs. They're trying to force their way over.
Oh, that's a great comeback,
Manning is wrapped up.
You got him good and proper there.
Yeah, I like the fact that he acknowledged it as well. Fair play to him, Scoey.
And I don't want to say that was the highlight of Batley versus Dewsbury, however.
No, it wasn't far off.
No. Here's a question about what you should do if you're playing rugby league.
Why would you have sent to Scully, tap the ball and pick out Gareth Ellis and run at him? I'd rather run at the Great Wall of China than run at Gareth Ellis.
How big's the Great Wall of China?
I don't know, but I'd rather run into that than Gareth Ellis.
You've had a few trips to Featherstone this year, and here's a time where Scully was goaded by a fan, which is a weekly occurrence.
Look at that, Scully. Fans just walked up with a 2-pint of lager, and he's taunting you through the window. He's taunting you. That's what you get here, Scully.
I've just offered him a cup of tea and he just said, no, thank you.
That's Featherstone spectators.
He was slavering. Absolutely slavering.
Did
legend.
Did he also tell the Fed fans about the time he took that interception at Ellen Road? Or?
No. I think the guy had thrown it through the window.
Back to Craig Murdoch now, as he tells us all about his great debut in Wigan colours.
You used to like playing here, Craig?
Made debut here, Scully.
Did you?
Yeah, debut here. Complete.
Did you score?
No.
Under the sticks, Samet adds the extras.
Miss any tackles?
It's a day of dropping the ball. Scully, I dropped the ball under the sticks that day as well. So things could say mirrored my career. My first and last games ever do exactly the same thing. But no,
you were consistent then.
Yeah, it was a tough day that day. Featherstone had a good sign back then. Brendan Tutor.
Keith Belly might retire, and then
Ian Smails.
Yeah, Smails here, good player. Toby Smails in 1990, good second row, good centre.
Yeah,
plenty of pace on him.
Trying to think the fullback was
Chris Bibb.
Yes.
Yeah, Bibby he toured as well. Pearson, yeah, standoff.
Yeah, so they had a Malloy. Malloy was in the
big
front
boy,
row.
yeah, good quality front rower, Steve Malloy. Yeah.
Loves to list the names to Scully, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes to reminisce, doesn't he? But Craig, who I think he played in, whose testimonial was it? He played in a charity game, didn't he?
Oh yes,
and he dropped the kick-off, and I think he broke it. He broke like his hand or something, dropping the kick-off.
Remember that time on a Monday where Scully just ran through the list of prop forwards who'd all be better than David Fafita?
Yeah.
Anyway, so who would you get to measure up if you were having a carpet fitted? Apparently not Craig Murdoch.
2 metres away from the line. Washbrook tries to pinch one, and Washbrook's tackled short of the line. The fans in the south stand, they rose as one. They thought
I'll tell you what,
Washbrook had
Craig,
won it.
I'm glad them Hull fans aren't measuring me for a carpet, I'm telling you. It's 3 metres short. I'm glad they're not measuring it for a carpet for me.
And I'm glad you're not measuring it. If that's 3 metres, it was a good 6 or 8
Hey, mate, I've got
inches
glasses
short.
on, you haven't, but I tell you.
Trust no one, I think, is the general consensus there. Speaking of Scully, here's an image for all our female listeners out there. Well, some of them anyway.
Oh, he's got to change his shorts as well. There's blood everywhere. Oh. Well, ladies, here you go. The budgie smugglers are coming out again. Yep, there you go. Nice round of applause from the ladies in the audience here today.
I get that sort of response when I'm on the beach with my budgie smugglers.
Do you?
I do, yeah. I tell you, man, I'm like a Daniel Craig, coming out of the ocean and coming onto the beach. Picture that.
Yeah, let us know what you think of that.
I think he's prone to exaggeration, is Scully.
Yeah, I've seen enough pictures of him in his vest while he's been down under in Australia to say that he doesn't look like Daniel Craig.
Back to the summer bash, and more great entertainments for you and Scully, but this time at half time.
Tell you what, these old fellas are a bit keen. Look at that number 11 stretching off down there. He's going to do himself an injury, isn't he?
On the shirt, they've got the Midlands on the back, so obviously the team from Birmingham, if my geography's right.
Possibly.
That's where the Midlands is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Down
Kick over the top. Caught by David Scott. Well positioned, the fullback. It's going to come forward.
That's what we should get. Radio Yorkshire Veterans Rugby League side. I'd be the captain, kicker, goal kicker, tactical kicker.
Try scorer.
Try creator. Well, we might as well just have me playing then.
Yeah. We just need me and Rich to drive it in for 10 minutes. Is that it?
Hey, can you imagine Richard Shaw-Wright? How quick do you think he would be taking the ball up?
Well, he's got a broken ankle, hasn't he? Badly broken.
What? Still, he's had it for 35
years.
Yeah,
but no, he's had to have loads of operations. He's seriously injured. Yeah, career-ending injury for Rich.
Was it?
Yeah, knock on here from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, career-ending injury before it even started.
Well, there wasn't a lot of sympathy there from the legend, was there?
And he's a man who's always looking for sympathy.
Yeah.
But this is now the top 3 bits of Scully it's turned into, as now Scully gives us lessons in how much attention he pays to rugby league when he's commentating on a game.
So Magrin, who's just tipped him a little bit from there, just losing the discipline.
It was Brooks who got tipped. Magrin's gone off with a failed head test score as Kirk takes it in. He went off just before half time.
Oh, right, okay.
And didn't come back.
My eyesight's not what it used to be.
Brooks, he's got his socks rolled round his ankles as Chapelhow takes it in now for the Bulls. He's put to ground in centre field, 20 out, as Hallis waits at dummy half to the right to Liam Kirk, as Hallis on the run around gets it to Keys. Here's to Mendika.
Well, I'd call John Magrim there. Number 15's out there. It was John Magrim.
It's
number
not.
15's out there.
He's not.
Well, number 15's out there.
He's not.
He
25's out there.
Is it 25? Is it? Sure, I'm sure it's 15.
He's not. He's failed an head test score. He's sat on the bench.
Me and Matt Horn here, we're having an argument. I'm sure it's number 15 out there, Matt Horn.
No, he's not out there, Scully. He hasn't been out there for all the second half because he's failed an head test. He went off with a head injury just before half time. 19, 29, 3's down, 11, 7, 17, 6, 8, 25, 14, 35, 2, 5.
Do you know what? I'm looking at the wrong side. It was Sheffield to give the penalty. It's Carl Chow from Sheffield, 15. I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Apologies, Matt Horn. I apologise.
Rich, there's one for the Christmas special.
I'm looking at the wrong side. I'm looking at the wrong 15.
That's going to make the end of season cut.
Apologies to Matt Horn. Yeah, the number 15 of Sheffield's still out there.
Yeah.
It's Carl Chow.
Yeah.
That's who I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Apologies,
John
Matt Horn.
Magrin's sat on the bench.
Can you imagine if they had head tests in Scully's day? Or if they actually had them now before he went on air?
Just a minor detail looking at the wrong team.
We'll have a word with Ofcom, see if they can bring that in for next season. Now, Scully, although he's not an expert on counting, he is an expert on the actual rules of rugby league. Now, unfortunately, this means going off in the middle of the game to explain it to supporters.
Yeah, and that's a shocker of a kick. It's not gone 10 yards, has it? No, it's not. Don't touch it, Ulkiar. Oh, it's a penalty against you. What's he touched it for? It's not gone 10 yards. You're not allowed to touch it. It's a battling penalty.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Don't know the rules, the players. But as I'm just saying here with Wilkinson,
and the fans don't know the rules either.
You're not allowed to touch it. If he wouldn't have touched it, then it is their penalty. But he touched it, so the referee's got it right.
Yeah, it's exactly right. The fans don't like it. They're booing. But they don't know the rules. If you touch it inside the 10.
The referee's got it right. You're not allowed to touch the ball.
Scully's telling the fans here at
You can't touch the ball.
He's arguing with the fans.
I know, but he caught the ball.
The game goes on. Batley go forward inside the 30. Scully endearing himself to the Hull KR faithful, explaining the rules to them.
Be another ground I'm not allowed to come to soon.
As Batley keep the ball alive.
How does Craig carry on though? Scully's just a Laura to himself, just wandering off.
And I don't think he realises that you can hear him just full well on the radio. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
But as we know, Scully, as a player, one of
he's a legend.
The legend never, ever made a mistake.
Shocking mistake from Winterson, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a schoolboy error.
Well, the ball's in the breadbasket. You don't expect full-time professional rugby league players to be dropping the ball like that.
Did you ever drop the ball, Gary?
No.
No? Never?
No.
Never?
No.
Right, okay.
If I did, it was a bad pass.
Ball on his near side with Danny Gill.
See, that got you then. That was it.
Well, he did at the time. It's just a typical legend response. What a fun year we've had. There's so many more we could have chucked in there.
I've got a whole page of them in front of me full of...
What was your favourite, by the way?
I did enjoy the county one just because it's utterly ridiculous, but the referee explaining the rules to the fans, just funny, just wanders on. And Andy
He's
Kelly's
live on the radio and he goes off and starts having an argument with someone.
Andy Kelly's Jamie acting as well.
Yeah, token effort from Andy, who is very, very funny guy. Yeah. But we're lucky we work with some fantastic people. They have all contributed significantly. Mention to Trevor Hunt as well. I thought you might have put his in when Scully was wearing the food.
Hang on, here we go. Bonus clip.
As we do a little bit of a double shufty here as Mr. Schofield has arrived back. Plates of food all over the front of his shirt, never mind, or in his arms, but there we go, that's another matter. So the kick to the far side of the field from Featherstone Rovers pushes the London Broncos back down.
Two proper legends there.
Yeah, Trevor Hunt, stands in on occasion, does a great job for us.
That was at the Summer Bash, where the food is very nice, as we said, but it's very cold in that stand.
It is. It is. I've been in that stand in every season of the year, and it is always freezing.
Ah, dear. So that was the fun moment, some of the fun moments of 2017. I'm sure there'll be more in 2018 as well. We head back to where we were. We've just heard Castleford lift the League Leaders Shield, and you look at the race for the top four, and it's what might have been for Wakefield, the defeat against St Helens by a fingernail or whatever from Scott Griggs, and then the week after, and we'll hear the highlights in a moment, the width of a post.
Well, it was the width of a post the week before, wasn't it? You know, we forget that Finn hit the post with a penalty. If that goes behind and he misses it, they get the ball back, they might win the game. It's ifs, buts and maybes. It's fine margins. And look, as a Wakey fan, if we'd have said to you at the start of the season in February, you're going to go down to the last game, the last kick, the last touch of the season, you'd have taken that, wouldn't you? Or, well, next to the last game, because obviously the last one they battered Wigan, didn't they?
They did, and we'll hear from David Fafita after that in a moment. The best bit about that game, because obviously Hull and Castleford played on the Friday, that sorted out the top four places. The amount of conspiracy theories from Wigan fans who think it was all a setup to not Wigan out of the top four. Maybe. It was good. Anyway, here are the highlights of Hull narrowly beating Wakefield and knocking Wakefield out of the running for the top four.
We're through the 10-minute mark now as Randall comes to the right to Finn. Much better pass. Here's the kick. Jump ball. Stevie Michaels batted back to a Rundle for the corner, and a Rundle is in. And Wakefield have scored. He's going to go upstairs and check it. Try on the field. Should be given by Phil Bentham. Randall gets it to Finn. Finn on the left boot. Oh, it's down! It's a try! It's scored by Jacob Miller! 21 minutes on the clock, and Jacob Miller has come from absolutely nowhere to score. Try on the field's been given by Phil Bentham.
Great finish with one hand.
Absolutely
Superb.
Brilliant from Jacob Miller.
2 ex-Hull players on the scoreboard already.
TRY, and Wakefield lead by 8 points to 0 as Finn sticks the flags up here at the Caircom Stadium. 10 points to 0. Houghton gets it to Sneed. Sneed goes crossfield looking for Fanua. Fanua collects. Fanua's over. And Fanua's in at the corner. 28 minutes gone on the clock. Touch judges back to Wake.
We're having a look.
So we're going to have a look at this. And the decision on the field is try for Maher Fanua. I can't see what's wrong with this, and I don't know what Scott Mikalauskas on that far side is looking at.
No, not sure either. Fanua just seems to out-jump Caton Brown fairly and squarely.
It's going to be try for Maher Fanua, and Hull FC from nothing really are back in it.
They're good value for the lead, but they're
going here down this left-hand side with Billy Tupu. Billy Tupu's away. Chance here. Tupu inside to Miller. Miller pins the ears back. Jamie Shaw comes across to bring him to ground alongside Stevie Michaels, and that's 10 minutes in the bin.
Yeah, it is
for Jamie Shaw. Second effort, second penalty of the night, and he's got to go. Kicking tee's on its way. There's your answer.
There you go.
Finn then with the kick sticks the flags up here at the Caircom Stadium. Sneed dummies. Sneed goes. Sneed's through a gap. Sneed's through 2 gap. Mark Sneed for the line. Caton Brown gets there, and Sneed has got it down, and Hull have scored. He's going upstairs to the video referee. Try should be given on the field. I haven't seen the decision on the field, but it's going to be given. Mark Sneed's easily scored this. What an effort, though, from Mason Caton Brown to try and prevent this try.
What a huge minute that could be in both teams'
Shaw
season.
back in and involved in that. And the flags are up here. We're all square. It's Hull FC 12, Wakefield Trinity 12.
Penny for the thoughts of Chris Chester. We're starting to worry that we're going to get a repeat of last week, because just like last week, Wakefield have pretty much dominated.
Finn to Miller into the line. Chance here to Griggs. Oh, Maher Fanua has just smashed Scott Griggs into the middle of next season.
Wakefield rattled there, clearly.
I think Scott Griggs is.
Scott Griggs is definitely rattled. He's getting a check over, isn't he, from the trainer now, asking him if he knows what week it is.
Oh, dearie me.
They're going to miss Fanua, aren't they?
Sneed gets it to Ellis. Ellis to Washbrook. And Danny Washbrook on the crash ball, can't get over. 5 short of the line, just to the right-hand side of the post, as Houghton for Ellis will score! Gareth Ellis, on his final appearance at the Caircom Stadium, has possibly got the try which could give Hull FC the victory here. 9 minutes 30 left. The black and whites are in front for the first time tonight.
We've been talking about how it was written for Griggs to score the late winner.
Oh, what makes it even worse is he hasn't knocked on. Ben Jones-Bishop hasn't touched that ball with his hand. Wakefield players are fuming. Danny Kerman wants to speak to Phil Bentham, and he's got a point. Here's Sneed, kicks on its way, that one's straight down the middle. Flags are up here. Hull lead by 18 points to 12. Here we come, Mark Sneed, drop goal on its way, and Mark Sneed has kicked the drop goal, and Hull FC have taken their lead out to 7 points. 74 minutes on the clock here, and Mark Sneed's drop goal makes it a 7-point ball game, and now Wakefield really are up against the big ball. Here is Griggs. Griggs gets it to Tupu for Caton Brown, and Mason Caton Brown has scored. 3 minutes left. It's not over here at the KCOM. And Hull FC have conceded. 19-16. Liam Finn's got the kicking tee in his hand already. Here is Liam Finn with the conversion. Oh, what a beauty.
What a kick.
What a kick from Liam Finn. 2 minutes 20 left. It's Hull FC 19. Wakefield Trinity 18. As Wood at dummy half gets it back to Finn. Finn for the drop goal. Has he kicked it? He's kicked it! Time off! Oh!
The Hull players thought he had missed.
Everybody thinks it's missed. He's going to check it with a video referee.
It's missed.
Missed it! He's missed it as Liam Finn. And Hull aren't going to get the game back underway. He's tapped it. And that is it. Full time here at the KCOM Stadium. And Hull have won by 19 points to 18. But that doesn't tell half the story.
Man of the people here at Bellevue, David Peter. How do you enjoy that one? Nilling Wigan, final game of the season.
Honestly, there's nothing better beating Wigan. They're a class team. They've been there for the last 70 years, I don't know. I think that's the first time we've ever finished on top of Wigan. It's just create history for us. Credit to the crowd which turned up today. Hope we did them proud. We're proud of what we did. Just falling short, it is disappointing, but there's always next year. So yeah, it's great.
What was going through your mind when you got the ball on halfway? Do you think you could make it the whole way?
Mate, I'm only just there to just get a good offload off and give it to him, mate. I'm not running no leg. It's not even no more. I'm just good for a good offload or just break a line. That's all I'm trying to do. Just get a quick play ball for the boys. So yeah.
As you say, fifth in the table this season, it must be pleasing, especially the fact that the team's got better year on year now, and your first full season with the club.
So yeah, from where we were, the £1 million game, and then building on and making Super Race last year was just a massive achievement for the club. This year, making our goal was to make the top 6. We've done that, and just fallen short to a top 4. I think we couldn't ask for anything more. So it was just all the boys have been great. It's been a great season. So excited for next season. Horo, that's a big signing for us. Danny Kermo's getting on with his years and stuff like that, but he's just saying today, he's still got it. We love the bloke. He's already saying he's not going to be captain next year, but he's still got the job for me next year, so it's good.
He never stops, does he? Never stops working. Proper leader.
Mate, he's a leader of the club. He's a leader of the people. Everything around him, mate. Everyone looks up to him. Great person, mate. Couldn't ask for any better player to play alongside.
And that was David Fafita, as I described in the man of the people, speaking after the victory over Wigan in the final game of the season at Bellevue. Maybe the final ever game at Bellevue. Who knows, with that mess still rumbling on. And it was a nice, positive end to the season for Wakefield. Nilling Wigan, who neither side had anything to play for going into that game, but one team turned up and one team, I don't want to say were sulking, but were sulking.
One team were licking their wounds and one team wanted to end the season on a high, and the result was the right one.
And one of the highlights of the season, Keegan Hurst scoring the last try of the season at Bellevue, having wanted to score all season. And he, of course, will go around again with Wakefield next season. And that was the top 4 sorted. And here were the semi-finals. And we built up to this with the Dream Team announcement, a team dominated by Castleford players. And that semi-final, Castleford versus St Helens. What a game.
Yeah, what a game. I think it's probably the highlight of the season to get the drama that we had on that night. And I think it's one of the few times when I've actually been proud to be a rugby league, associated with a game of rugby league, Rich. And yeah, not only have you got the miracle, if you like, of Luke Gale getting off his sick bed, the calmness not only to kick the penalty, to take it to extra time, but then the drop goal. And then you've got the class of Mark Percival to front up and do an interview live on the field after he'd missed some kicks that maybe he should have got. And the dignity in which he showed was unbelievable. The look on Daryl Powell's face when the hooter went, he couldn't believe what had happened. It was just an amazing game. And you know what? I think those two teams are going to be right in the running for next season as well.
Well, here is how one of the greatest games in Super League sounded on Radio Yorkshire.
Gale goes at the line, flat pass, gets the ball back out, 2-on-1 on the far side. Hardacre steps inside one, steps inside two. First try of the game, Hardacre jumps up, throws the ball into the Saints fans. They rise as one, the Castleford fans. Saints don't like the start that they've made, but boy oh boy, what a start for the Tigers. 1 minute in, into the arms of Percival, steps away from two, make that three, make that four, still going Percival. Milner drags holding into him, excellent play there, and Milner's pinched the ball. What a play from Adam Milner. It looked for all money that Percival was going to sidestep his way to the line, and Milner came up with the ball and all tackle, and not only did he put him down, he also stole the ball. Brilliant play. Goes the play, quick play of the ball, and Roby's out of dummy half to Smith. Further wide it goes to Lomax, numbers on the far side. Barber, Regan Grace dives over in the corner. Brilliant try from the St. Helens, keeping the ball alive. Does the referee go to the big screen? I'm pretty sure he will with the crossing. Doesn't look anything in it from where I'm standing, or where I'm sat, shall I say, but I'm pretty much 60 metres away from that action. Regan Grace has got the ball down. The referee on the field has given the try. We'll have a look. Are we looking just if he's in touch? Has he got the ball down? He's got the ball down. Brilliant there from the youngster on the wing. Roby points to his left, picks up, and then comes back to his right. Yeah. Brilliant from Roby. Absolutely sensational from Roby. Pretty good from Morgan Knowles as well. He pointed to his left, he picked up and ran to his left, and then threw a pinpoint pass back to his right hand side to Morgan Knowles behind the play the ball to pass back the other way against the grain score. He's sensational from Roby. The scores are level. Morgan Knowles levels things up at 8-all.
Oh, what that is a training ground move, and that's for which the St. Helens coach Justin Holbrook, he would have been picking out for them, saying, hey listen, this is where Castleford could be weak round this ruck area.
The kick does come in, does put Saints in front 10 points to 8. To Eden on that far side, Eden's away, down that far side, he's got Gale in support. Gale's going to score, brilliant from Castleford. Luke Gale scores, he goes to the fans and he says, I'm back and I'm here, and he scores in the corner. Cass in front, created by Gale, scored by Gale. Greg Eden heavily involved also. Castleford back in front, it's Cass 12, Saints 10.
Yeah, I mentioned Castleford needed some inspiration from one of their big players, and boy oh boy has Luke Gale been a big player. Sensational play on the left hand side, and well, Greg Eden, how good has he been all season? Not just scoring try but creating as well.
Barber's in the clear, has he got the pace? He'll be tackled by Hardacre. He's got the ball away, it's onto that far side. He's tackled into touch. What a tackle on that far side. I'm not sure, was it Hardacre? Was it Michael Shenton? My first thoughts it was Shenton. We'll certainly have to have another look at it. Adam Milner, is it, who's over there? I think it's Milner who's getting the brilliant wake by Barber. Barber hits the accelerator out the back to the far side, and Adam Milner's come from absolutely nowhere. Adam Milner take a bow. He's tackled by Douglas. Numbers to the right, but they go back to the left. McShane gets the ball away. Have they got the ball down? Yeah. They think they've got the ball down. Referee's going to the big screen. Not sure who it is who's got the ball down. It's a big carry. It's that man again, Milner. Adam Milner saved them at one end. Has he won them the game at the other, Scully? What's the decision? Try by the referee. Adam Milner. Let's see. It's TRY. Don't you make no bones about that. One look at it. TRY. The jungle erupts live here on Radio Yorkshire. The Cats fans, they think they're going to Old Trafford. Luke Gale is probably 10 centimetres to the left of the posts. Kicks the goal. It is a 10-point ball game. 5 metres away, Roby from dummy half. This time he links with Matty Smith. Further wide it goes to Lomax. Into the arms of Barber. Barber ships it out to that far side. They're going for the line. Have they got it over? You bet they have. Percival has it. No, sorry, it's Makinson who scored on that far side, and Tommy Makinson deserves that. He's had a great game for St. Helens today as Makinson. And again, it was Barber, pinpoint pass to his winger on that far side, and Makinson found a way to get over the line. He's 2 metres in from touch on that right hand side. As Scully said, he's kicking towards the Saints fans. The boos are coming from the Cas fans. Saints fans don't like it. It's waved away. For another set of 6, it'll come to Matty Smith. Matty Smith to Benny Barber. Benny Barber to the pass. Percival's over. Percival's got the ball down. Benny Barber again, heavily involved. They've got a kick to level things up. It's 20 points to 18. The Saints fans go bananas. And boy, oh boy, we've seen a game of rugby league tonight. And it's not. Mark my words, Scully, this is not over. Right, let's go, Scully. 2-point ball game. Can Percival level things up? He'll go out of our side.
He's kicking this from East Percival. He likes the pressure. He's put his St Helens level here, it's Percival.
He's missed 2 so far. He's round the corner. He's got it, I think. He's got it. He's missed it. Missed it. Ball away to Lomax. Lomax spins, gets the ball away to Percival. Percival loses his footing on halfway. Barber jumps into dummy half. McShane jumps out the line. Wilkin gets the pass away to Wormsley. Offloads the ball to Roby. Roby's into space. He's got men on the far side. Gets the ball away to Morgan. Morgan scores in the corner. Morgan scores in the corner. Saints are going to Old Trafford. 2 minutes 55. I told you Wormsley would have the play. It was Wormsley with his arm free. Roby gets on the end of it. Roby doesn't panic. Spins the pass to his right hand side. And Ryan Morgan scores in the corner. It's Castleford 20, Saints 22, and boy oh boy oh boy, what a game of rugby league. That drop goal before half time, I said it then, I'm sticking with it.
What do we do now then? Is it 10 minutes?
Time. Is it Golden Point?
Golden Point.
Is it Golden Point? Golden Point after this.
Oh, so it's not 10 minutes.
I think it's 10 minutes.
Here we go! Here we go, Luke Gale! He's got it! He's got it! And he's squared it up at 22 apiece! Oh boy, well we were asking for a grand am finish, we were asking for a scintillating semi-final. They're going to Old Trafford here, they're going to Old Trafford.
Who's Luke Gale?
They're going to Old Trafford! They're going to Old Trafford!
Luke Gale's nailed it. Luke Gale has kicked the drop goal. Castleford go to Old Trafford. St Helens fall on their knees. The jungle erupts. The dream lives on for Castleford, the table toppers have got to Old Trafford. It's been a sensational game of rugby league. Saints have given it everything. The penalty before the end of the game will be the talking point. Wasn't it a penalty? Castleford don't care. They march on and live to fight another day at Old Trafford next week. Boy oh boy, what a second half of rugby league.
You know, we all know what a great product we've got, and this here tonight has just shown what rugby league's all about.
Great game, wasn't it? Great
Brilliant.
Second half.
Great advertisement for our sport. You know, hey, listen, if we had this sort of excitement week in and week out, every ground would be full every week, wouldn't it? It's as simple as that.
I was watching at home on TV with the radio on, listening to the commentary, and it was just one of those games where you just sat there watching as a neutral spectator, obviously with a slight slant towards wanting Castleford to get there for the station and for their performances throughout the year. But you just sit there and you can't take your eyes off the screen because it's such a captivating game. They won it, they lost it, they drew it, and then somehow they won it again.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that performance came a week too early for Castleford, but no one's ever going to forget that game.
No, that's one of the modern. It's it's a wide to west moment, isn't it? You know, for all the Bradford Bulls or the former Bradford Bulls fans because their club's gone bust, but it is that wide to west moment, and St Helens involved again. And I think Saints just serving notice they're going to be a threat next year. But I thought that was a big win for Cat. I know they didn't win the grand final, but again, you go back to February, if you say League Leaders Shield and the grand final, they would have taken that every day of the week.
Luke Gale, man of steel, and it was difficult to argue with that over the full season.
No, you can't. You can't argue about it. He has week in, week out been the most consistent halfback in the British game. And people say, "Oh, he didn't do it for England." Well, I ain't seen any better halfbacks than him. So until we've got some, he's all we've got.
The second semi-final didn't have quite the dramatic finish, but it was still a quality encounter as Leeds took on Hull.
As the game is underway, Walker with the kick. Kelly's underneath it. He catches the ball and just hands it on to Taylor. Taylor will make a couple of metres. Stevie Ward will go for the line. He's looking for the six. He's got over the line. Double movement from East going.
Could be. Yeah, could well be.
Leeds have got over the line. We'll discuss the watch one in a minute. Let's just see what the referee gives on the field. Is he going to give try? He's got no try. My initial thoughts was a double movement from Stevie Ward. He's got no try. This will be very, very difficult to overrule.
Oh, it isn't. Oh, that's a try, Craig Murdoch. That is a try every day of the week. Great work by Steve. What are they looking at it again for? What are they looking at it again for? Yeah,
and the goal from Callum Watkins, 6-0. 8 metres away from that Hull line. Hull just about hanging on. Maguire dummies with the kick. Maguire through the line, gets the pass away to Mullally. Mullally will score the second try. We said Hull were doing well to be only 6-0 behind. They no longer are 6-0 behind. Leeds Rhinos on fire. Mullally, second touch of the ball is a try. It's Leeds 10, Hull FC 0.
He likes that one, doesn't he, Big Mullally? He likes that, the big prop, 5 metres out. I'll tell you what, when he's had a couple of beers tonight and over the weekend, he'll be saying that'll be about 85 metres, Craig Murdoch. You've done it yourself, son. We've all done it. But Leeds, as I said before the game kicked off tonight, there's going to be something different from this performance, and it certainly has.
Yeah, Leeds have been great. Holding on at the races so far, 12 points to 0. Kelly tries to stand up the defence. Again, he goes for the line. He's still going, Albert Kelly. 5 Rhinos defenders needed to finally bring him down millimetres away from that line. Houghton at dummy half. What's the pass like? Ellis, he's over the line. Has he got the ball down? You bet he has. And he looks at the camera and says, TRY. The referee points to it as well. Excellent play from Gareth Ellis. Route 1 Rugby League. Bigger and stronger. I've got the momentum to get over the line, and Hull are right back in it. And Mark Sneyd round the corner. Doesn't miss those. The chance of Sneyd from the black and white. It's a decent one. Briscoe's there. Great work from Maguire. Excellent work from Danny McGuire. Just ran Talanoa legally off the ball, and Briscoe comes up, answers all the questions that were asked of him. The Leeds remain 12-6 in front.
Yeah, brilliant play, wasn't it, from both sides?
Then to Kelly to Connor up against Burrow, pushes away, gets the pass away to Fanua. Excellent play from Jake Connor. Fanua gets the pats on the back from the Hull FC fans, but put that down to Jake Connor. Too big, too strong for Robbie Burrow. Just left him for dead, and then an excellent one-handed offload out the back. Lee Radford with a smile for the first time this evening. And Mane Fanua, the man for the big occasion, he gets the try in the corner, and Hull come marching back. It's Leeds 12, Hull FC 10. And Maguire makes the tackle. Hull to Sneyd on the last one. The kick is high, looking for Connor. Connor knocks the ball back. Sika Manu's over. Hull FC are in front for the first time. Is he not going to the screen? Sika Manu scores. Excellent again from that man, Jake Connor. Didn't even attempt to catch the ball. He knocked it back straight into the arms of Sika Manu, and Hull score their second try of the half. It's Leeds 12, Hull FC 14.
Well, they've got themselves back into the game this time now, haven't they? But it's just quality play.
A bit of calm as Sneyd does add the extras, and he just says, look fellas, we were rubbish, sort it out. Yeah. Hull don't have a fullback as the passes into the arms of Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe away from one. Sutcliffe still going. Sutcliffe bamboozled everybody. Sutcliffe's over. A try, absolutely nothing from Liam Sutcliffe. Jamie Shawler said was out of position. He couldn't get back into that position, and Robbie Burrow has ignited something from Leeds. It was his initial break. He played the ball really quickly. Sutcliffe picked up from dummy half, and he did the rest. He's nailed it, I think. He's nailed it. Great kick from Watkins. Leeds back in front of the ball, and that's the ball game. Rhinos are going to the grand final again. High fives all round. Brian McDermott, you wouldn't tell it from his voice. There goes the hooter. Hull FC fans fall to the ground. Danny McGuire is delighted. His Leeds Rhinos players are delighted. Hull FC, they're not happy with their performance tonight. Leeds fans don't care. They're marching on to Old Trafford. It's Leeds Rhinos versus Cass next week in the decider. And Scoey, it's not been a classic, but Leeds have done enough to get to the final.
They've done enough to be here, done it before, haven't they? And it's semi-final football, that's all it's about doing. It's not all about looking pretty, it's about doing the performance, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Leeds making it through to yet another grand final. I guess, as we mentioned when we were talking about them winning the Challenge Cup for Hull, it's that one step further, isn't it? They win the cup, they win one of the 3 prizes open to them, but disappointment again that they've tripped up just before Old Trafford.
If you offered Lee Radford the Super League or the Challenge Cup, I guarantee you'd take the Super League every week of the year now. And he said that at the start of this season. You can never moan about winning a trophy. That's a fantastic achievement, but they just weren't quite good enough. You know, when it really mattered, they weren't quite good enough. And if you're not good on the day, you're not going to win it.
We knew that one or two players weren't going to have a fairy tale ending after that game, and it was Gareth Ellis's final game. But what a career he had for Leeds, starting off at Wakefield, going to West, and then the tail end of his career with Hull, lifting back-to-back Challenge Cups. And as you mentioned earlier, difficult to replace, but now he's got a very difficult job to do as well, replacing Motu Tony off the field.
Yeah, he has. Motu returning back to New Zealand. Gareth Ellis. I think that was the disappointment for me, was that Hull lost on the night. But had Hull won, the disappointment then would have been for Rob Burrow and Danny McGuire. And fairy tales don't happen for everyone. Ellis outstanding on the night. You just wonder, surely. You know what? I'm gonna put this prediction to you now. He will play again for Hull. If they get an injury crisis or something happens, he will play, because I just don't see him as a guy who's just going to stop training and become a laddie or whatever. He's going to keep at it, and I think he'll play. He'll play one more game.
There's that phrase, isn't there, about a certain other certain footballer, captain, leader, legend, or whatever. But I saw him as a junior come through at Wakefield and captain Wakefield at a very young age, and play centre, second row, standoff, and it was a fine standoff for Wakefield when they made the playoffs in 2004. One of the modern day greats who perhaps doesn't get. We praise him a lot, but I don't know if he necessarily gets as much praise as he should, especially for the career he had in Australia, where he's thought of at West as one of their great players.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's the thing, isn't it? He is. He at Leeds, they think he's a great player. At Wakey, they do. At West, they do, and at Hull, they do. That says everything about him, doesn't it?
So the grand final, Castleford versus Leeds. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, because in the build-up, on Monday we were there at Old Trafford speaking to all the players, all the coaches, getting very excited. And then a couple of days later, one of the people we spoke to, we could throw that interview in the bin because we weren't going to be seeing Zach Hardaker.
Yeah. My saddest, lowest moment of the season, because you speak to Zach, and I think a lot of people who don't know Zach will be surprised when you hear him speak. Nice, pleasant young man, very courteous. Away from the rugby field or the rugby arena, he's clearly got some issues, and we all hope that he had dealt with those. And I think that's the disappointment. Is not that he's necessarily done what he's done or he's been punished for it. It's that, how do you say, he's been living a lie, hasn't he? He's saying one thing and doing another, and I think that's sad. I think we all wanted him to be all right, and we all hope he's all right. And for what it's worth, I think we'll see him back on a rugby league field when he serves his ban, if and when that arises. Yeah, sad moment, sad moment, and I think there'll always be a what if about that. As good as Danny McGuire was, and he was outstanding at Old Trafford, absolutely the best individual final performance I've ever seen. You just don't know if Hardaker would have been there. It's interesting. I think if you'd have said to Brian McDermott, you can take one player out of their team, who would it be? Probably would have been Zach Hardaker.
So it was the grand final. Castleford having beaten Leeds in every single game of the season, taking them on one more time.
Time up from James Child, and we're underway in the 2017 Grand Final, and Cass are going to get first use of the football, and it's going to be Mike McMeekan to bring it back, and he's met 15 away from the line. There's James Child as Parcell gets it back to McGuire. McGuire is going to go airborne, looking for Briscoe. Briscoe's got it. Briscoe's got it down, and Leeds have potentially scored here. 12 minutes on the clock. Leeds fans anticipate this decision from Phil Bentham. Try is given, and Leeds are ahead in the grand final. 12 minutes gone. Tom Briscoe with the catch, and the Rhinos lead. Last tackle, 3 out from the line. Garbutt is the man to come off. Here is McGuire. McGuire just dinks it onto the boot. Here he comes. Try for Leeds, and Callum Watkins has come from absolutely nowhere. 18 minutes on the clock, and has Callum Watkins extended the lead for Leeds. Try on the field is the call. I was confident from first view. Second and third view, I'm not confident.
Is there enough evidence there to disallow this?
No.
I'm not so sure.
2 changes for the Tigers. Grant Millington's on his way out.
There's not enough evidence for mine.
Junior Moores, here's the decision from Phil Bentham.
This is try time.
It is going to be... Here's the decision. No try.
Oh boy, isn't that a big call?
McShane to Gale. Gale to Eden. Eden for the line, and Eden has scored. and Cass are in.
He's got in the screen here.
And
yeah, give it forward pass. Let's give it forward pass.
He's disallowed it. Don't know what he's disallowed it for.
Forward pass,
Forward pass. Huge call from Chris Condell. He's dropped the ball. Eden's dropped the ball. Oh, he's gone over the line without the football.
Oh, it's a great tackle.
Huge tackle.
Is that knock on by Leeds?
No.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that is brilliant.
Danny McGuire.
Oh, Danny McGuire, what a tackle.
On the 30-metre line, 2 left in the set, and Moores has lost it now.
I'll tell you what, Matt, is it raining or something?
Yeah.
Is it raining
It
out
has
there?
been, yeah.
Yeah, but not now, is it?
8 errors. I make 8 errors from the Tigers in the first half.
Well, not good enough. It's certainly not good enough to win your grand finals.
Parcells wrapped
coming
up.
to Moon here. Is it coming to Moon?
Line.
McGuire, field goal.
McGuire, here is Danny McGuire with the drop goal! And Danny McGuire has kicked the drop goal for Leeds right on the bell. 8 seconds left. And Danny McGuire has nailed the drop goal for the Rhinos. And that's half time, and Leeds will go in 7 points to 0 up. That left-hand side to Moon, and Moon goes high. Testakia for Eden. Here comes Hall. Ball's been dropped, it's been picked up.
McGuire.
And it's Danny McGuire who has scored, and Leeds are in. Second try. He's going to go to the video referee to check it. The touch judge has backed off. We're going upstairs. Danny McGuire, has he got a try for Leeds? 51 minutes on the clock. Try on the field has been given. We are checking for a knock-on in the challenge between McGuire and Eden, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this try is given, Matt Horton, Leeds Rhinos are the 2017 Grand Final winners. There is no two ways about that.
Here's the decision from Phil Bentham. You can hear, try is given, and Danny McGuire has put Leeds 11 points to 0 in front. As Parcell plays it to Ablett, here is McGuire. McGuire, here is Moon into the line. Moon with a dummy. Moon to Briscoe! And Briscoe's got a second try! 58 minutes on the clock! And Tom Briscoe gets a second try for the Leeds Rhinos. Scoey called it. Come to the right, it's on. McGuire to Moon. Moon gets through, pops it up, Briscoe in at the corner, and Leeds lead by 15 points to 0.
Well, as I say, I said 7 minutes ago that this grand final's over. It certainly is over now.
Watkins waits at dummy half, goes to the left to Burrow. Burrow drops it on the boots, gone through, it's been knocked on, it's in the in goal. Try!
Yes!
Score!
McGuire again, is it?
It's Danny McGuire with a second try.
That is a
and
try.
That is the grand final coming back to Headingley. James Child hasn't given it yet. Has Danny McGuire got a brace? Here comes the decision.
It's a try.
Try is scored, and Leeds are ahead by 21 points to 0, and they are going to get title number 8. Since 2004.
And fully deserved, Matt Horton. Fully deserved. And I tell you, Danny McGuire, the distinguished career, what he's had at Leeds, to go out like this, he'll be lifting the Harry Sunderland Trophy, and also as well he'll be lifting the Super League 2 in 2017. What a great player for Leeds, and what a great night for him.
And in that move, Scoey, Carl Ablett and Jamie Jones-Buchanan showed what they've done that the Castleford forwards haven't done.
Correct.
Tonight.
Rich, the Castleford forwards here tonight, they have been pathetic, they have been diabolical, they have been soft. Absolute non-existent.
And the problem is that takes something away from that, just how good the Leeds Rhinos are.
Correct. Callum Watkins, he'll turn 4 in the 6.
And Watkins sticks the flags up here at Old Trafford. You're listening to Rugby League live on Radio Yorkshire. Matt Horton, Gary Schofield at Old Trafford. Leeds are heading for title number 8. They lead by 23 points to 0.
I'll tell you what, my phone's going ballistic. 20 points to Cass. 20 points to Cass. My phone's never stopping. Well, I said it'd be a 20-point victory, didn't I? Tell you, Leeds, take a bow. Simply the best.
Wrapped up. This is very reminiscent of 10 years ago when St Helens came here on the back of a 20.
Drop goal?
Yes, Johnny McGuire, drop goal, has kicked it. 3.5 minutes left here. Second drop goal of the night for Danny McGuire, and Leeds lead by 24 points to 0, as called by the legend.
Brilliant, absolute brilliant McGuire, just showing all the class, isn't he, and his experience. But Leeds from 1 to 17, they have just been outstanding.
To McShane puts it on the foot, picked up, and Foster has scored, and Cass are going to get their consolation try. 79 minutes on the clock, and Alex Foster gets in. Great move from the Tigers. They never let the ball die. McShane put the little kick in. Alex Foster picks up and gets over the line. It's Cass 4, Leeds 24, and it's nothing more than consolation.
Nothing more than a consolation. Maybe the Castleford players were hearing the legends singing, chanting the Leeds Rhinos, here live.
Gale converts, and nobody's interested. They're shaking hands. That's it. That is the end of the game. Here's the countdown. 8, 7, there's the hooter, and that is it. Leeds Rhinos are champions of 2017. They have defeated the Castleford Tigers by 24 points to 6. Absolutely fantastic performance from the men in blue and amber.
Here we go, the Leeds Rhinos are Betfred 2017 champions! Fully deserved. This is a moment what they train for. This is why they do all the sweating in November months, December months, January months, come October time. This is what it's all about. And they say the Leeds fans love it, the directors love it, and the players, boy oh boy, are they going to celebrate.
Brian, you said it were a great achievement just getting here, but
I did.
How big an achievement?
I did say that.
Yeah, you did. How big an achievement is it now you've won it?
It's a funny one. Stevie Ward just said to me on the field there, what's all that about? As if to say, do we realise what we've just done? And it's going to take some while to sink in. Majority was in the room every week when we'd lose all the way through last year, and some bad losses this year. I mean, it's crazy, we finished second, you know, and people keep telling me that we've had a ropey year, you know, we finished second. It's just at times we were so far off the standard that Castleford set. I suppose that's why people ask questions. But you'd be in the room, you in particular come to most of our press conferences, and you're there asking all sorts of questions about, well, how are you going to pick your players up after that loss, and what will you do about this loss, and if you carry on you're going to end up in the mid-eights, and now you're in the mid-eights, do you think you get relegated? And they are easy questions to answer. And sometimes you pinch yourself and think, am I answering questions about relegation? How on earth, me being Rhinos coach, are we in this situation here that we've found ourselves in 2016? So that's why I made mention after Hull, to finish second, I thought was a huge achievement. To make the grand final and beat Hull in the fashion that we did, I think the group, led by Magsy, has been great. I had a word with Magsy after round 3 when Castleford put 60 points on us, and we had a really difficult conversation that morning, didn't we? Saturday morning, really difficult conversation. And I don't think either one of us got it right. But the answer was to hold your nerve. And we've had so many big moments as a club where we've had to hold our nerve. Gary's been writing emails out telling the world that we'll give them 4 games and see what they come up with. So to get to the grand final is an achievement in itself. To win it, it's, you know, well, I don't know. That's where I get lost for words. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, and not just win it by a wafer thin margin, but we're pretty dominant there. And I think when a group of people go through so many emotions together like we have over the last 18 months, you just become a very, very strong group. Castleford have been more skillful than us this year. Castleford have put on better shows than us this year. But I'd question anybody who said they've had more commitment than us this year, then certainly towards the back end. What you saw out there was just grand finals are won on many different facets, one of them being just a sheer bloody mindedness not to lose.
You said last week you were gutted for Stevie Ward. It looked like he wasn't going to play. When did you know he was going to play? Was there a decision for you to make to play him?
He spent all Friday night, they wouldn't put his shoulder in, his muscles froze and they couldn't do anything with him, so they had to put him under an operator, but you know, put him under on Saturday morning. So I spoke to him mid-morning or lunchtime Saturday. He said, I've just had the worst night of my life. He said, I can't believe the pain I've been in for 10 hours straight. He was on gas and air, which weren't doing anything for him. And then they made a decision to put him under. So Saturday afternoon I spoke to him and I said, well, how's it feel? He went, yeah, he's sore. He said, but funnily enough, you know, I can use it. And that was the first time that I thought, well, hold on. And he was saying the same thing. So between Al Jones, the doc, and Andy Barker, the physio, they've done a great job with him. in not just testing him and getting his shoulder right, but actually convincing him he could play. So on about Wednesday and Thursday, there was a chance. And for where he's been, who popped his shoulder in the 2012 Grand Final, he snapped his knee the week before the 2015 Grand Final, dislocates his shoulder the week before this Grand Final, and then has had issues off the field that he's openly admitted to. If he hadn't played in that tonight, it would have been a big thing for him. So he just epitomises everything that's about us at the moment for the last 18 months.
Adam, how are you? So you look like you've been through the walls out there.
Yeah, saved it for the last game to get banged up. It always happens coming back here, you know. I think it just, you know, it's a wet night. There's a lot on the line. You just throw yourself about, and yeah, I've gone through it, gone through the ringer.
You look like you were struggling with your knee early, or some problem with your leg, but you managed to come back on. Was it touch and go at half time?
Oh, as soon as it was the first carry I took, and I just twisted that awkwardly, and I just felt a pop, 2 pops, and I just knew straight away. I thought, oh my God, my knee's something, or my ankle as well, and I just thought, I can't give up here. Like, I knew it wasn't great, and obviously I knew I wasn't going to play the way I'd like to, like my usual game. But I just thought, you know, the back of my mind, I was just thinking, like what Wardy's just gone through last week, being a good mate, and I was with him all that week, and just knowing that he's out there throwing his body on the line, I just couldn't give up on that. I was convincing myself running up and down the sideline it was good, but it's not great. It doesn't feel great, but you know, I've got a lot of time off now, so I just knew if I just got through these minutes, 80 minutes, that I've got time off, and we'll assess it after the game.
Another ring on your finger. Brian McDermott said in the press conference it's almost about commitment in a grand final, and certainly you and your fellow forwards put that commitment into there. Oh yeah, the boys are outstanding, you know. I think we have been great for like the last couple of weeks. We 18 months ago we like promised each other we'd work hard on it and getting back to the team we were, and in 2015, and you know, we fell short of the Challenge Cup, and that disappointed us. And we just knew if we get a chance to get those semis and get in the grand final, we're just going to be all in and give it all. And that's what we did tonight. It's great. So you've got plenty of time to rest now. Is it enough time to rest ahead of a new season? It'll soon be pre-season training. Yeah. No. Well, I'm back to Oz. I get a bit more time off because I've been here 3 years straight. So yeah, hopefully I can mend up then, and hopefully things aren't too bad on the leg, and mend up well and come back and get prepared for next year. You say goodbye to Danny McGuire and Rob Burrow. McGuire especially winning the man of the match today. What kind of effort has he put in your time at the club? Me and Magsy, Magsy's close to all the boys. We're all close to Magsy. The whole team's pretty tight. So it was quite emotional to watch, you know, how he played tonight. It's just him summed up. He's just a absolute legend of the game, and to get 2 tries, 2 drop goals in a grand final, he was just built for these games. Yeah, it was just outstanding. I just couldn't believe it. Just watching him, I was just in awe watching him, you know. And especially those moments where I was sitting on the sideline, just run up and down the side, I was just thinking, this guy's just unbelievable. And it was outstanding tonight. And the 2 boys left on their own terms. And it's great. It's great for them, and for the club, which they gave so much to and kept giving to until that last moment, those last minutes of the grand final this year. After 2016, how sweet it is to be out there with that ring on your finger once again. 2016 was a dark place for us. A few of the boys went through some off-field dramas, and we just couldn't get it right all season, and you know, we started fixing things those middle 8s, and obviously it was a disappointing season for all of us. But we used it, you know. We used it the right way. And it's like everyone should have that philosophy, not, you know, let it get to you, but just use it and learn from it, grow from it. And that's what we did as a club and as a team. Has it sunk in yet, the performance there, the achievement of this season? No, it hasn't. I mean, 2015, I said it during the week, just seemed to all fall in place, and it just seemed to like happen for us. we worked hard for this year to get that win, that result tonight. We worked hard. We worked harder than I've ever worked for any as a team my whole career.
Ready to work harder again in 2018?
100%. You know, we've got that taste. We've got a lot of young kids in our team. We've got some good players coming in, and you know that will just drive us on, I think.
Stevie, we appreciate the time. Sum up the week you've had building up to lifting the grand final trophy again.
Yeah, I've had to sum it up a few times now, and it's crazy, mate, when I think about it. But you know, sat in A&E on early hours of Saturday morning and couldn't get my shoulder back in, and the depths. it was a tough time, and you know, thoughts of moving on and doing something else, or I thought that was the only way out. You know, that's what presented itself to me. That was the only way out, and I had to make a decision on Sunday night that I was going to play and do it. I couldn't miss it again, and I had to do it. And it's I can't really believe it, mate. I'm in a bit of shock, to be honest.
Is that when you knew that you almost had to play this week on Sunday?
Yeah, I did. You have to make these decisions, and I've learned quite a bit over the last year or two. But once I'd made that decision, everything coming after that had to present itself to me that I was going to play and it was going to happen, and it did do. And that frame of mind, it's quite, I've had to work with that. I wanted someone to do that 2 years ago, but the stuff that I've done with mentality and the stuff that I've learned along the way, and it's really helped to help me get to this stage.
It must be tough, and everyone in life has difficult challenges, but when you're in the spotlight like you are, and you've had those disappointments in the past, it must be, I don't know, is it more of a relief that you're able to get out there today and win the grand final?
It were all or nothing, mate. Sunday it were all or nothing. That's a good song we were just playing there. It were all or nothing. I had to make the decision that we're playing, and you hear about, like, I'm not relating this in any means to what I've gone through, but people who have like near-death experiences and they come back and all anxieties and all things that bother them don't really matter much. To me, after that night I went through, it probably changed me. I didn't give much care to what's gone on before, and I thought, right, I'm playing. It's all or nothing. I've dislocated my shoulder, but if it gets put back in and I can play, I'm gonna play, and I'll make sure I can play. So that's just how it is. It is what it is.
It's almost a thing, I guess, lost in team sport, that you win and lose as a team, but individually, all the pressure on you, and I guess if you had been unable to play, the team goes on without you, don't it? It's a sad reality.
It is, mate, yeah. But some messages I had from boys, it's you still feel part of the team. It's it's a sense of community. The team, that value you get from being part of a team is special. And I'm almost in tears reading some messages from boys at 3-4 a.m. on Saturday morning, just thinking, it's happened again. And to be a part of this I need to just enjoy it.
Well, just heard there from Adam Cuthbertson, Stevie Ward and Brian McDermott, Mark. And we'll talk about Stevie Ward first. I've never, in 15 years in broadcasting, done an interview post-match like that one with Stevie Ward, where it was unsettling in a way. They'd just come off the pitch, they've just won the grand final, they're the champions again. But that wasn't about sport, was it? There was more to it than that moment.
Yeah, and again, we've had Stevie on the show. He's come in. He's a fine young man. He's another lad. He's got his demons. And when you saw him leaving the field the week before, or I forget when he actually got injured. Was it again? It was against Hull, wasn't it? Yeah. And you know what? We talk about Hardacre not playing. I wonder if Stevie Ward hadn't have played. I'm not saying he won them the game, but mentally, I think his teammates were so happy for him. It was almost yes, he's here. Come on, let's go and do it together. And you know what? Could be it. You hope Stevie's all right. He's got he's doing some great stuff. He's got to keep going. He strikes me as a type of young man. He don't want to be idle. He wants stuff to be doing. He wants to be cracking on. He wants to be getting ripped in, leading by example. I don't think he'll be the Leeds captain. He might, by the time this goes out, he might have been named the Leeds captain. I don't think it'll be long. I think a year. I'm going JJB Leeds captain, and then on it will be Stevie Ward, long-term leader of the Rhinos.
I think we are perhaps, as a radio station, certainly as individuals, I think we're bigger fans of Brian McDermott than a lot of people in Rugby League. And I enjoy interviewing him because he always has something interesting to say. We don't always get the opportunity to do so. And it almost was in the final few weeks of the season a different kind of Brian McDermott who was in front of us.
I think he was relishing the fact that everyone had written him off, but I also think he acknowledged that people were acknowledging that his side were not as bad as everyone thought they were, if that makes sense. People laughed at him when he said they could win the grand final. Jamie Jones Buchanan said, he spoke to us, didn't he, after the win, and he said, everyone were going, what, are you sure? But he was in the Marines. You don't get there if you haven't got any belief in yourself to do the job. And he had belief. And the players have belief in him. And this is why all the people that want him gone, what? They're going to try supporting the teams we support, fellas and ladies. He's done a good job. Throwing his hat in for the England job. You know what? If Brian McDermott got it, I wouldn't be disappointed.
No, certainly not. And now in 2018, as we look ahead, he's got to rebuild all over again because no more Rob Burrow and obviously Danny McGuire going off to Hull Kingston Rovers.
Said he's delighted. He's excited about his squad for 2018. Richie Myler is probably the key signing. Nathaniel Peteru comes in as well. I like it. I know Scully's give Myler some stick. Let's see what he can do first. Let's see how he performs. Big boots to fill. Huge boots to fill. It's going to be tough with them having to go down under for the World Club Challenge. They'll be there or thereabouts. They always will be, Rich. They're like the New England Patriots in the NFL. Whatever happens, they're always there.
I'm not sure if he's Bill Belichick or not, but he's certainly Sir Alex Ferguson with the amount of times he's having to rebuild.
Well, that's interesting. If you go Bill Belichick, who is the Tom Brady then? Or has he just retired in Danny McGuire?
Perhaps
left the club, should I say.
But Danny McGuire's never deflated any balls.
As far as we know.
Not that we know. So a season of goodbyes to Rob Burrow, to the South Stand, to many of Gareth Ellis and other players. And as always happens, a season of new players coming in, the return of Hull KR to Super League, Toronto in the Championship, hopefully, Summer Bash, Magic Weekend, Challenge Cup, Grand Finals, all to look forward to. World Club Challenges, Hull and Wigan going to Australia. Whatever happens in 2018, there'll be something interesting to talk about throughout the season, I'm sure.
I'm sure there will be.
Who's going to win?
Cass or St Helens?
I just don't want to write off Leeds, because they always win.
Never write off Leeds.
Not this time.
Never write off Leeds.
Mark, thank you.
Yeah, thank you to all the listeners as well. Thousands upon thousands of downloads on the podcast. Lots and lots of listeners every week. We do really appreciate each and every one of you that has had a listen. Tell your mates about us as well. You know where to find us now on Twitter at RLonRY. You can download the Radio Yorkshire Rugby League podcast at audioboom.com.
I know it's been an interesting end to the year for us, and we certainly did appreciate every single message you sent to us as well. So thank you very much indeed. We'll be back. Rugby League will be back in 2018, if only it's as dramatic as this year. Have a very merry rest of your Christmas and a happy and peaceful 2018.